From Fitton Field on the campus of the College of Holy Cross in Worcester, Massachusetts, Charter TV3, in conjunction with Spectrum Sports, presents live coverage of NCAA football. This afternoon, it's a pivotal Patriot League matchup as the Lehigh Mountain Hawks visit the Holy Cross Crusaders. It's college football on Charter TV3. Hello, everyone, and welcome inside the booth. Kevin Shea alongside of Andy Lacombe. Outside, it is a rain-soaked and wind-swept Fitton Field. Mother Nature, the elements, the story here today.
Yeah, a nor'easter, hitting the Northeast, hitting Massachusetts. And, this is a situation where Bob Chesney and his team, they've talked about running the football and establishing the run to set up the pass. The elements truly dictate that today. They're going to have to run the football, and they've got a trio of running backs that are going to see the ball a lot.
It's Holy Cross and Lehigh. They will battle Mother Nature as well as each other today. We're back with the opening kickoff right after this.
With my Bay State Savings Bank mobile app, I don't need to drive to a local branch to deposit my money. I can deposit a check just by taking a picture on my phone. Anywhere, anytime. Done. I just saved on gas and saved myself some time. It's a win for everybody.
For everybody?
For everybody.
For everybody?
For everybody.
For everybody.
I know.
Bay State Savings Bank is proud to sponsor the Friday Night Football Frenzy. Bay State Savings Bank. We take banking personally.
Accidents involving distracted driving injured over 400,000 Americans last year. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car or motorcycle accident, before you call your insurance company, call the law offices of Joseph J. Cariglia. Our attorneys have helped tens of thousands of clients receive millions of dollars in settlements for over 50 years. Don't stand alone against the big insurance companies. Call the law offices of Joseph J. Cariglia for a free consultation. We don't get paid unless you do.
Right now, Patriot Nissan's offering several new models, the Nissan Kicks and the Nissan Leaf.
Come down and see us right now for our model year-end closeout event. We have to sell these 2018s, and the rebates are incredible.
Patriot Nissan's also going to offer our local employers better discounts than everybody else. If you currently work for UMass, Fallon, Wyman Gordon, St. Gobain's, and several other companies, we're going to offer you an increased discount above and beyond what everyone else sees. Come on and join us here at Patriot Nissan on Route 20 in Auburn.
Doors. Every door is different. Every door, unique. And each one tells a story. Open a door at Unibank and you'll find a unique place. A bank where we listen to you and find answers. All to help you write your unique success story. Welcome to the new Unibank. Please, after you. Unibank. Bank different. Bank unique. Member FDIC. Member DIF. Equal housing lender.
Welcome back, everyone, to Fitton Field. It is windswept and rain-soaked, and the third member of our broadcast crew is down on the field, braving the elements. Brenna Wilson. Brenna, what do you have for us?
Yeah, it is cold down here. It might have been sleeting or snowing earlier. We're not really sure, but it is very windy and rainy. Take a look at some of the field conditions. We have some standing water over here. We're on the home sideline. So it's going to be a wet game. It's going to be a cold game. It's definitely going to be a running game, guys.
Okay, thanks, Brenda. Well, certainly that's what Holy Cross was preparing for. The weathermen were forecasting this for a while, so Holy Cross knew coming in. Bob Chesney said the key to this game is going to be up front on both sides of the ball. We have got to get a push offensively from our offensive line. We've got to get a running game. We've got to get production from that running game. And then defensively, we have got to stop the Lehigh running attack, which features Dom Bragalone, who is the leading rusher in school history.
Yeah, and right, it's Kev, it's the game plan every week. Run the football, set up the pass, but there may not be the set up the pass anymore. They have to run the ball well, even when the opponent in Lehigh knows they're going to run the ball. So execution, and Bob Chesney talked a lot about conviction and finishing plays and taking kind of that next step on a play. They've been close on turnovers. They've been close on big plays. They need to make that jump now this week against Lehigh. And really, there's a lot of season left. It's not going to be a playoff season. It's probably not going to be a Patriot League championship season. But there's a lot of season left to really turn the tide on things and really set you up as a program heading forward.
Well, they certainly have a good team in front of them today, the 12-time Patriot League champion Lehigh Mountain Hawks. Lehigh is the 2-time defending Patriot League champs as well. And, you talk about conditions. Well, Brad Mays, the quarterback for Lehigh, He was the quarterback 2 years ago when Lehigh came in here. He threw for 287 yards in a downpour, and Lehigh won that game 46-14. So as Bob Chesney said, Lehigh is not going to be intimidated at all by this weather, and they're not going to change what they do.
No, and Don Bragalone, who you mentioned, is a Holy Cross killer. He has had big games and a big career against the Crusaders in his tenure in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania.
Holy Cross is kicking with the wind at their back, and the wind will be a big, big story in this game, as will field position. Crusaders kick it away. Wind at the back, and it goes into the middle of the end zone and will be a touchback. Bucciaroni, number 55, down there hooting at some of the Lehigh players. And before this game even started, there was a lot of talk going back and forth. Lehigh was coming off the field after they warmed up, and Bucciaroni was right there. He was chirping at him. He was gesturing. And I think that's good for Holy Cross. I think that's exactly what they need. Get a little fire, get a little, make it a street fight, basically.
Of course you would. You're a hockey guy. You enjoy that thing. But it was back and forth. Listen, Holy Cross warmed up upstairs, up the hill, indoors for most of the time. They came down to the late warm-up. Lehigh kind of applauded them for finally getting on the field as they were heading off.
Opening play, it's Bragalone, has some space, and Bragalone pounds forward for 5 yards. Brad Mays, the quarterback, has thrown for 7 touchdowns and over 1,000 yards this season. He is second in the Patriot League in passing yards per game at 187.
Yeah, and Bragalone has had, again, almost over 500 yards in his career in a couple of starts against Holy Cross.
Double tight end set. They sling it out to Porter Real. Porter Real is run out of bounds, short of the first down. Porter Real can absolutely fly. He is such a dangerous wide receiver.
Yeah, one of their big play threats. And again, it's a possession-style pass, so it's almost like a run, setting you up as you go and pick up a first down.
They gave him the first down, but it was short of the 35. And here's Mays on the keeper, and Mays gets 6 yards on first down. So Lehigh coming out and moving the football, moving it with consistency.
Yeah, and you said they were short of the 35. Spots are going to be a little different here today. I mean, there's a lot of rain. There's a lot of wind in the people's faces down there. So there might be a little discussion on field position right now on the field. Lehigh gets the first down regardless with that last rush.
And these are two teams that are in desperate need of a victory, both coming in 1-6. Lehigh's 0-2 in Patriot League play for just the 3rd time in program history. They lost in double overtime to Georgetown a week ago. It was the first time they had lost to the Hoyas since 1925.
Yeah, and you got to think about Georgetown. Are they better than they have been, or did they catch Lehigh at the right time? Lehigh's offense just starting to get going, passing the ball a little bit better in the Patriot League.
Georgetown's 3-0 in Patriot League
right.
play for the first time in school history. So the Hoyas, certainly record-wise would indicate they're better than they have been in the past. And now the officials sorting it out, letting both coaches know where they stand with it.
On the first down. It is now 2nd down.
Saying it is 2nd down now.
Now it's first down. That didn't make sense.
No.
That would have been 2nd down. So
no,
they gave him the first
you're
down.
You're going to have to move
after
the
the
chains
first
now,
down.
guy.
Yeah.
The wind is absolutely fierce. It's not the rain that's going to be an issue here. It's the wind. Mays tipped to the line of scrimmage, and it floats to the turf.
Yeah, and was it Brady that got through? This is an offensive line that's been dinged up for Lehigh up front. Certainly you got Chris Fournier, a big sophomore, is one of the best in the league, but a lot of work going on that offensive line. Damba, Porter Real, some of the big play receivers, Bragalone, and Scacera, the tight end.
Double tight end set for Lehigh. Bragalone in the backfield. Inside zone, Bragalone's got some space, gets into the 2nd level and gets another first down for Lehigh across Holy Cross territory, across the 50 down to the 49-yard line.
And get some confidence behind that offensive line that, again, piecework, patchwork being done by Jeremy Bandy, the offensive line coach, a former Crusader assistant coach on the Lehigh side. Get some runs in there, move the football, and again, confidence with your line as you continue to try to get the ball in the end zone.
Here comes the blitz with Holy Cross. Lang's coming, and Bragalone finds it tough sledding as Holy Cross held their gaps.
Yeah, Neil Vorster doing a great job. He's had a great year up front. This front seven, or front six, if you will, of the Holy Cross defense has really been their strength. The down 4 linemen and the linebackers behind them, they have been excellent. And Vorster, one of the leaders in the middle.
4 wide receiver set for Lehigh on 2nd down and 9. Mays from the shotgun, hands it off, and Bragalone dropped at the line of scrimmage. Excellent defense from Holy Cross. They sniffed it out well, and that's what Coach Chesney talked about. The linebackers getting off blocks and getting to the ball carrier. Jack Haddon got him that time.
Yeah, and Jack Haddon's been a guy who's been hurt. He's been back and forth off the injury list. Back this week, healthy again. Do a nice job filling a gap and making a play for a tackle for a loss.
3 down linemen for Holy Cross defensively on 3rd and 10. Mays to throw. 3-step drop, throws the out, and it is complete. Lang on the tackle, but it's going to be real close to a 1st down.
I think he's got it.
Yeah, how about the arm strength of Mays? He's throwing into the wind and throwing an out across the field.
Yeah, and Porter Real is able just to get space inside of or outside of the defender, and his quarterback delivers it to him.
They go back to the running game. Bragalone, 2nd effort. Lang brings him down with some help there from Akeem Walcott.
Yeah, Walcott's good, and if he's healthy, he's a big-time player for Holy Cross. Up front, Mark Ebo, Jake McCardle, Neil Vorster, Teddy Kapsis. They've been a big, good group this year. Ryan Brady is one of the leading tacklers in the land and the leader on the Holy Cross defense. Walcott, Joe Lang, those safeties, so important with Alex Johnson, Baker, and Holloman on the outside.
10th play of the drive coming up for Lehigh. Mays from the shotgun. Mays to Bragalone. Bragalone buffs it to the outside, and that's Bragalone just finding a spot, because that's an inside zone run, and he takes it outside and gets the 1st down, and he's a horse.
Yep, you said exactly that, Kev. I mean, he's basically just looking for a spot, and it's blocked up in the middle, and so he gets to the outside. Bragalone with another 1st down run, and off to a good start here in the 1st quarter.
7 carries, 38 yards for Dom Bragalone, the career rushing leader in Lehigh history. Tied for, rushing touchdowns. That one snuck up on me. Here's the skip ball. Is it behind? Was it a lateral? No, it wasn't. It was intended for Porter Real. Pepsi Maxes will get you, man. They'll sneak up on you.
Oh, dear God. I'll tell you. Well, you know what? Bragalone's got over 4,000 yards rushing in his career at Lehigh, and had a big first week, but hasn't had a touchdown since that first week, that opening week for Lehigh over St. Francis.
Speaking of opening week, Holy Cross played Colgate opening week. They are the last team to score a touchdown offensively against Colgate. In the 4th quarter of that game, Holy Cross scored. Crazy run. Mays going to the end zone, and it is incomplete, broken up. Excellent defense by Damian Baker.
Yeah, and his guy, he had a man open, but this is one of those, Devin Bibbins is there, but this is one of those, you throw the ball up, the wind kind of takes it a little bit, and it held it up there. It almost looked like a golf shot. You get it hung up in the wind there, and Baker's able to run under it, knock it away.
3rd down in what is probably 4-down territory. I don't think you're going to kick this deep into the wind. Bragalone is in the backfield. It is 3rd and 10, but again, 4-down territory. Mays on the quarterback draw. Mays up the middle, follows his blocks, gets inside the 20, down to the 17-yard line. He'll be short of the 1st down, but he will be close to the 1st down. It's now 2 yards.
Yeah, and he's a weapon with his feet, Mays, and he's shown that. And again, you're right. I watched the specialist kicking into this closed end of the end zone. There's not a lot of room to try to kick a long one out here at this point. The wind is gusting towards the open end. It's going to be 4-down territory. Extra points could even be tough to execute on this side.
Well, the senior Dom Bragalone has been featured here on the opening drive for Lehigh. Will he get the call again on 4th and 3? 3 defensive linemen for Holy Cross. Mays to throw. Underneath. It's complete. It is short of the 1st down. Great defense from Holy Cross, and Alex Johnson with the open field tackle, and the Crusaders defense holds the line.
Big stop, and he's even getting coached up after making a big play. Pretty good pocket for the quarterback, but then Johnson just able to break on that football and not let the receiver, Porter-Real, get outside of him. Nice defensive stop for Holy Cross. Bend but don't break on the first series.
Now let's see the Holy Cross offense coming out. And again, they talked about the need to be able to establish the run and run the football. Dom Cozier, the leading rusher for Holy Cross, third in the Patriot League in yards per game. He's in the backfield with Jeff Wade. It's a close formation. The handoff to Cozier. Cozier turns upfield and picks up 2 yards.
They've had some success over the first couple of weeks running Cozier off tackle like that, and that's similar type of formation. The thing with Holy Cross, when they want to run the football, they don't come out in a traditional run style offense. I mean, you come out with 4 receivers and you try to pound the football. It's somewhat unnatural.
Here's Cozier again. Cozier has a great block on the outside. Cozier's up the field. He's got a first down and more, spinning through tackles. Dom Cozier running tough over the 40 to the 41-yard line. What a run.
Yeah, same look, different side. And, you know, Cozier gets a good interior block. You see Bowler on the outside, Mountain on the outside. Bowler was pulling and coming right through, and Cozier's got great speed. You got to get him going because he's as electric an athlete you have.
22 yards on the carry from Cozier. Holy Cross out near midfield at the 41. Changing the play at the line of scrimmage. Lehigh likes to blitz with their linebackers, and they'll send both inside guys too. Here's Cozier again. Cozier with more space. Dom Cozier has another first down, and this Holy Cross offensive line is right now winning the battle up front. They are driving Lehigh off the ball.
Yeah, and there's no secret to what they're doing. Again, Bob Chesney said, we're going to run the football, and we have to run it well even when they know we're going to run it well. And the big offensive lineman getting out and moving. Max Durrell, one of the leaders there.
Here's Cozier again, and this time collapsed nicely by the Lehigh defense as they just held the edge. Stuart Cundiff was able to beat the block and make the tackle after a short gain.
And by running the football, you're going to keep those kind of linebackers back a little bit. You don't see a lot of run blitzing or blitzing at this point because they have to commit to stopping the run.
Wade to throw. First pass of the game. Wade tucks it and runs. Wade gets to the outside. Good move by Wade. Little stop and go. Jeff Wade close to a first down. Good decision by Wade. Don't see anything. Tuck it and go, and he picks up 8 yards.
Yeah, Jeff Wade can move with the feet as well. And, you know, this is kind of like, seemed like he was feeling out the footing a little bit. Little ginger as he's running around here, and then almost lost his footing there. Picks up good yardage.
3rd and short. Wade to throw. Incomplete. It was intended for Derek Mountain, the tight end, just behind him. And Miles Alexander will come into the ball game now. And Dom Cozier will check out on 4th down and 1.
Yeah, they bring in that bigger tight end, that convert from the defensive side.
The freshman.
Out of a shotgun, though.
Dan Kuznetsov. 4th and 1. Alexander goes in motion. Wade to throw. Out to Alexander. He slips a tackle and stretches the football forward and gets the first down. What a smart play from Miles Alexander, the junior.
Yeah, this play has a shot to get broken up in that backfield. Alexander's able to break the one tackle and stretch the ball over the line to gain.
Great individual effort from Alexander, and the concentration to catch the football. You know that he saw that defender coming out of the corner of his eye. So first down for Holy Cross. Here's Alexander. Alexander now gets going and gets straight upfield. Miles Alexander picking up 5 yards on first down.
Yeah, good stuff from this Holy Cross offensive line, getting a good push. And, you know, they've got a lot of guys moving, a couple of pulling guards out front, picking up a good chunk of yardage. You know, you get 4 or 5 yards, you're going to be okay each time.
Tenio Ianni, the sophomore in the ball game, he's been banged up this season, but according to Coach Chesney, had a great week of practice. Now it's just a straight option straight up the middle. And Alexander's close to another first down. And a flag flies late. Holy Cross lineman lost his helmet.
Yeah, was it pulled off?
Some pushing and shoving going on.
Was the helmet ripped off of the offensive lineman? Let's see. It was Foley who lost the helmet, but in front of Foley there was body, and they were getting a good push.
Dead ball. Personal foul. Defense. Number 31.
Yep.
Half the distance to the goal. First down.
William Boyd, our referee, and here's what drew the penalty.
Oh, yeah.
Full-on face mask as he rips it right off. And so a good break there for Holy Cross. John Sigmund picking up the penalty for Lehigh, ripping the helmet right off.
Half the distance to the goal line. First down for Holy Cross at the 13-yard line of Lehigh. 10th play of the drive coming up for the Crusaders. Wade with the wind at his back and the rain pelting him. Here's Dom Cozier. And Cozier is met and stuck at the line of scrimmage.
Oh, really good stuff from that Lehigh defense in the middle. Harrison Kaufman, a real leader on that defensive line. Stuffing the play right at the point of attack. Here's 52. He's got a pad out on his shoulders. It's all right. No one's going to fix it for him. He's just going to continue to go.
Holy Cross during practice this week had coaches, Coach Colangelo in particular, spraying the quarterback's hands with water right before every play, right after every play, to try to get used to this weather. And that ball is incomplete. A flag comes down late. Let's see. Mountain got knocked off his block, but
it might be against Holy Cross here on the near side, as the lineman and defensive end were engaged, and looked like it was Foley.
So, you know how cold it was this week. Colangelo spraying the quarterback's hands, spraying the receiver's hands, other coaches as well, to try to get them used to it. They were dunking balls in buckets of water, changing the ball after every play, getting a rain-soaked ball out there.
Holding. Offense. Number 63. 10-yard penalty. Replay first down.
Yeah, and they get Foley for the hold. That was on the other side of the field. They get the sophomore for a holding, and that pushes the Crusaders back a little bit. Again, a lot of wind, a lot of rain. You mentioned it. Holy Cross warmed up inside. I don't know if they were spraying water on the guys inside today, but there was certainly some comfort, creature comfort of playing at home today, where they were ready to go. And then they had kind of a little warm up here on the field, whereas Lehigh went through the traditional. But Holy Cross's team, their full team, didn't really get here until about 31 minutes prior to kickoff.
It was a funny scene, just looking at some video of the practice and seeing Colangelo would literally sneak in, like as the quarterback's doing his cadence, Wade, and spraying him with a water bottle. And other coaches too, spraying the wide receivers and the running backs' hands. Here's Wade, second and long, hands it off. And a pickup of 2 on the play. Miles Alexander, or rather Dom Cozier on the rush.
And Holy Cross has done that they've done that kind of weird torture type on their players throughout. I hesitate to call it torture, but they harass their guys.
Trying to simulate game
They harass their guys, and spray the water bottle on the kicker and everything throughout the year.
Third and long. Wade rolls to his right, has pressure, throws it back across the formation, wide open. Foot race to the end zone. Mountain will win it. Holy Cross strikes first. The Crusaders find the end zone. It's Wade to Mountain for 6.
Oh, it's a great call. Drag the tight end across as you roll away from him. And Mountain, all he had to do was secure it. They dialed it up, and the Crusaders strike first.
The freshman Derek Ing on for the point after. And again, with the conditions, mainly the wind, it's going to be interesting. These field goals, point afters, everything. Obviously, it's better to have the wind at your back than being kicking into the face of it. And Ing puts it up and through. 4:47 to play in the first quarter. The Crusaders with a long drive. Wade to Mountain for the touchdown. It's 7-0 Holy Cross.
Sullivan Group is an insurance and risk management services firm based in Worcester for over 60 years.
Our company values? Our family values.
Committed to our clients and finding them the best solutions.
Committed to being independent.
Committed to our community. We live here, we work here, we volunteer here.
The Sullivan Insurance Group.
Committed to excellence.
Doors. Every door is different. Every door, unique. And each one tells a story. Open a door at Unibank and you'll find a unique place. A bank where we listen to you and find answers. All to help you write your unique success story. Welcome to the new Unibank. Please, after you. Unibank. Bank different. Bank unique. Member FDIC. Member DIF. Equal housing lender.
Providing our customers with the highest level of quality, service, and value. Poochie's Fine Jewelry, 205 West Boylston Street in West Boylston. Looking for a local lender you can trust? Come to Milford Federal. Our great rates, low closing costs, and personalized customer service have made us your family financial center for over 130 years. Apply online or visit us at one of our branches today.
All right, Crusaders drawing up a nice little tight end drag to get the 6, and they hit Derek Mountain. Jeff Wade was 2 of 3 on the drive in those conditions, and Mountain just comes dragging back across as the whole play flows to the other side of the field, and Wade comes back and hits his man. Nobody within about 5 yards of the tight end as he runs in for 6.
Patrick Murphy, the offensive coordinator, well designed, well executed play. That was a 13-play drive for Holy Cross, covering 84 yards and took 5 minutes and 12 seconds off the clock. And again, with the wind at their back, well, you're thinking, okay, maybe long kick, but they do, there's always that possibility that they go for the throat and go for the onside kick.
What's Murphy's Twitter handle? Spread them and shred them.
Yep.
That time they spread them out and shredded them back on the other side.
Lehigh moves up a little bit, but again, you always have to be wary of what you're going to see. They kick it away and kick it deep to the left side and into the end zone for the touchback. And there's some good battling going on down at the field. Bucciaroni, our guy, is right in the middle of it.
Bucciaroni is he's a spark plug.
He's a senior from Glendora, New Jersey, 6'3" and 245, and he has been getting it going. Now, there is familiarity between these two teams and staffs, too. Mike Kasherba, the linebackers coach for Lehigh, was the defensive coordinator here at Holy Cross a year ago. So he knows full well the personnel on that purple sideline. And then the defensive coordinator, Craig Sutyak, he and Bob Chesney were college teammates and good friends at Dickinson College, but teammates for 4 years, so they know each other very well.
Yeah, the coaches were exchanging pleasantries prior to the game. The players weren't.
Nope. Holy Cross, 4 down linemen. Mays to throw, slings it out, and one hops. The intended receiver incomplete. Holy Cross had it well covered, too.
This is a tough side, I think. Tough direction to throw the football in. The wind it's whipping at field level. But you can see it just in the air. If you get any air under a ball, there's a tarp that's in the closed end of the end zone over the top part of the stadium. It is just, at times, flowing. It's a good spot for Holy Cross. 3rd and long. See if they can make a play. Put a little extra pressure on the quarterback.
Mays from the shotgun has Bragalone back with him. They like the short throws, but it's Mays on the keeper. Brady got him, but he got the first down, although the spot on the near side makes it a little closer, but it certainly looked like he got the first down.
They're They're going to say he's short now on the far side. This is Mays just running to where the blitz of Corey Stefanik came from. He comes right through where Stefanik was, and they just do. Brady gets to him. It's a kind of a tough spot. I thought he got the first down.
I did too. They got a couple generous ones, it seemed like, on their first drive.
True.
But then that one there seemed like he had the first down.
This is challengeable.
Holy Cross does not have a man deep, so they're expecting maybe a fake.
I think they're going to challenge. There's going to be a challenge, and this might come from the booth. No, Holy Cross has called a timeout.
First charge timeout of the half. Holy Cross. 30-second timeout.
They did not have anyone back deep to receive the punt, so maybe that was not the plan. I thought, okay, maybe they just have everyone up there expecting and anticipating some kind of fake. But now they do send Richie DiNicola back. And they got John Roberts back there as well. They're going to send two guys back. Roberts will be short. DiNicola will be deep.
Here's another look at how Mays, where he ends up. Where's the football? He's short of the 35, but the yardage is a little short of the 45. He does kind of surge a little bit ahead there once he's on the ground. So a really good spot that time by our crew.
So now Lehigh, Ed Mish, the senior, punting into a driving wind and a whipping rain as well. Roberts and DiNicola back to receive. Roberts at his 40, DiNicola at his 30. And this punt gets knocked down by the wind. And a nice job by Roberts to field it at the 43-yard line, a 23-yard punt. You are watching exclusive coverage of Holy Cross football on Charter TV 3.
Holy Cross football is back in Worcester. Don't miss family fun and Division I football right in your backyard. Tickets start at just $15. Visit goholycross.com/tickets or call 1-844-GO-CROSS.
Harrington Physician Services specializes in the understanding, prevention, and management of complex sports injuries and athletic rehabilitation. Whether you need care for a torn rotator cuff or ACL, our board-certified physicians are here to serve you. We offer comprehensive physical therapy and rehabilitation in Charlton, Southbridge, and Webster, and an on-site radiology partnership with Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center. To learn more, go to harringtonhospital.org. Harrington Healthcare System. Compassionate, quality care.
Hi, my name is Tiffany Holland.
I'm Zach Lanning.
I'm Megan McGeary.
My name is Ed Ryan.
And welcome to College of the Holy Cross. So when I was looking at colleges, I had a ton of questions. Like, can I play my violin and study to be a doctor?
This is where I ask, how many ways can I surprise people? What does it mean to be on a team?
Who am I and where am I headed?
At Holy Cross. The more I ask,
The more I learn. Holy Cross.
Ask more.
All right, Holy Cross up front. The offensive line comes out for another possession. Brian Foley, Brett Body, Max Durrell, Jack Bowler, and Jackson Dennis up front. Kozier's been the leader on the offense so far, at least on the ground. Derek Mountain has the touchdown. Blaze Bell, Richie DiNicola, and the leading receiver, Martin Dorsey, a senior who's had a couple of big weeks with Jeff Wade as the quarterback. Had a big game to Dorsey at Harvard and then against Bucknell a couple weeks ago.
Dorsey is fourth in the Patriot League in receptions, averaging 4 per game.
His numbers are really big. Like, he's got more than half of his total numbers in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, his catch radius, as they talk about, is unbelievable. They say you just get it near him, and he will catch it. And that's just leg drive. Continuing to push. Some O-linemen in there, getting on their blocks, staying on their blocks, and Dom Cozier refusing to go down.
Tell you, the center, Darrell, really gets out and gets after people, and he was kind of leading the way, leading that blocking attack that time.
To pick up of 4 yards on first down. Here's Cozier again. Cozier straight up the field. First down and more. Breaks the tackle. Gets into the secondary and is brought down at the 31 of Lehigh. Dom Cozier with a big run.
And it was Donovan Harris who stopped him finally, but Cozier, look at him, he's able to make his cuts. Field position, field looks pretty good, you know. I mean, we've got a lot of rain. Kozier's able to make some cuts, make guys miss.
21 yards on the rush from Cozier. Cozier again, cutting it up, spinning through A tackle at the line of scrimmage gets swallowed up inside the 30 at the 28-yard line, a pickup of 3, and that one looked like it was going to be stopped for no gain.
Keith Wetzel's a really good linebacker in the middle there, the leader for Lehigh, and he comes up and is able to make a tackle. But Cozier, you're right, able to pick up that additional yardage after he's hit.
Peter Oliver in the game for Holy Cross. They talk, loose football, and Wade jumping on the football. It may have been Jeff Wade that recovered it. Holy Cross dodging a bullet. They lose some yardage, but retain possession, and now Oliver will come out. Miles Alexander will check in. Cozier with 9 carries for 66 yards so far.
You know, this is a big little setup here on 3rd down. You have the wind at your back. Throwing kind of, you're a little more one-dimensional if you're going the other way. So you have more in the playbook going with the wind at your back here.
Here's Wade with time. Wade underneath, caught. It is Martin Dorsey. He'll be short of the first down by just a couple yards. You would think they would go for it here. It will be 4th down and a little less than 2, about 1.5 yards. Great grab by Dorsey.
Yeah, and Wade hung on to that ball a little while, and Dorsey was able to get free, but just shy of the first down.
Dom Cozier in the backfield on 4th and 1.5 yards. 3 wide receivers set for Holy Cross. It's Alexander. Miles Alexander, second effort, gets the first down. And Holy Cross has got to be pleased with the way their offensive line's playing right now.
Yeah, this is strength from Alexander, though. The line gets a good surge, but Alexander's hit right there, and he would have been short. He spins and puts that extra effort on to pick up the first down.
Holy Cross 2 for 2 on 4th down conversions here in the opening quarter. Under 35 seconds to play in the first quarter. 7-0 Crusaders in front. First down, it's Alexander again. This time he stood up, but again refuses to go down. And Alexander picks up an extra 2 yards where he was stood up at the line of scrimmage and just refused to go down.
Holy Cross is committing to that run, and they're picking up yardage. Good chunks, 3 and 4 yards, 4 yards. That's going to be the end of the first quarter. But good yardage on first down sets up so much the rest of the playbook.
Holy Cross in front 7-0 after the first quarter of play. A windswept and rainy field here at Fitton Field, but the Crusaders are all smiles right now. They lead it by a touchdown.
Providing our customers with the highest level of quality, service, and value. Poochie's Fine Jewelry, 205 West Boylston Street in West Boylston. Looking for a local lender you can trust? Come to Milford Federal. Our great rates, low closing costs, and personalized customer service have made us your family financial center for over 130 years. Apply online or visit us at one of our branches today.
Sullivan Group is an insurance and risk management services firm based in Worcester for over 60 years.
Our company values? Our family values. Committed to our clients and finding them the best solutions.
Committed to being independent.
Committed to our community. We live here, we work here, we volunteer here.
The Sullivan Insurance Group.
Committed to excellence.
Welcome back, everyone, to Fitton Field. Kevin Shea alongside of Andy Lacombe, Brenna Wilson, the third member of our broadcast crew, Phil Robo, our statistician, the best in the business. Phil and I have been together for 21 years. A lot of great memories here. This will be our last run together as a broadcast team. Phil retiring at the end of this year. He'll come back to visit, but just not in an official capacity. But we have shared some great moments and a lot of great laughs and a lot of great times together. And certainly that's what I'll remember more than anything. It's not so much the games, but it's always just the laughter and us catching up on how the families are doing and what's going on in our lives.
You have a couple shirts that are 21 years old. That might be about it.
That's true. A couple pairs of underwear that are 21 years old.
All right.
Too much? All right, Wade now going into the closed end zone on 2nd and 7 with Dom Cozier, the running back. DiNicola goes in motion. It's Cozier to the right. Cozier has some blockers in front. Cozier inside the 10, inside the 5, down to the 3-yard line. Cozier just running downhill and finishing his run.
Kuznetsov, the converted D lineman, gets a big block. He's right there. 43's engaged with him, and he really opens this up for Cozier, and Cozier finds it and shoots through that hole.
It's a first and goal for Holy Cross, and Peter Oliver comes into the game now for the Crusaders. They are at the 3-yard line. Wade, quarterback sweep. And Wade dives down to the 2.
Yeah, and Oliver really acted as the lead blocker there, but Donovan Harris was able to get around him and just get enough of Wade to stop him short. But this is short yardage territory. Oliver's kind of like that. He's like that fantasy football running back. That's what they want from him. In short yardage, he's the guy to get the ball.
He's got the strength. It's Oliver. Barrels into the end zone for the touchdown. Peter Oliver for the touchdown. And the Crusaders opening up a 13-point lead.
And that's his first career rushing touchdown. That's a big moment, big spot. Featured last night on the Friday Night Frenzy. Brenna Wilson talked to Peter and his dad, head strength and conditioning coach Jeff Oliver, and now Ollie's in the end zone.
Peter Oliver's dad, Jeff Oliver, the head of strength and conditioning at Holy Cross. Former standout offensive lineman at Boston College. The kick is up and through. 14 minutes to play in the half. The Crusaders in front, 14-0 on that guy. Peter Oliver's touchdown run.
Sullivan Group is an insurance and risk management services firm based in Worcester for over 60 years.
With the tremendous growth of life sciences both globally and locally, we've dedicated our resources to build a strong, knowledgeable, and responsive team to meet the insurance and risk management needs of this dynamic industry.
Our personal lines team will make sure your home, your car, your personal belongings, and most importantly, your family are protected.
The Sullivan Group has the resources, the carriers, and the coverage to protect you and your business.
Doors. Every door is different. Every door, unique. And each one tells a story. Open a door at Unibank and you'll find a unique place. A bank where we listen to you and find answers. All to help you write your unique success story. Welcome to the new Unibank. Please, after you. Unibank. Bank different. Bank unique. Member FDIC. Member DIF. Equal housing lender.
Providing our customers with the highest level of quality, service, and value. Poochie's Fine Jewelry, 205 West Boylston Street in West Boylston. Looking for a local lender you can trust? Come to Milford Federal. Our great rates, low closing costs, and personalized customer service have made us your family financial center for over 130 years. Apply online or visit us at one of our branches today.
All right, here's Peter Oliver getting the carry, and good blocking up front, takes a hit, and that's just a strong young guy. And Peter Oliver gets low and just leg drive into the end zone. Good blocking up front. Bowler does a great job sealing his guy off, and Ollie gets himself into the end zone. And again, Brenna Wilson featured him. Now, usually Brenna's like an SI. She's like Sports Illustrated. Jinx. She's like the Sports Illustrated curse. This time it works the other way. Good news, Brenna.
Jeff Oliver, as we mentioned, the head of strength and conditioning here at Holy Cross and a former standout offensive lineman at Boston College protecting Doug Flutie. He was a 1,000-yard rusher in high school. He was a running back. Folks wouldn't think that of him. They ran the option, the veer. Let's see if they don't chip something here. This is tough. To kick into this wind is tough. A line drive stays in bounds. Beautiful kick for Holy Cross. And good coverage as well. Lehigh's offense will come out at the 22-yard line.
Yeah, I don't think you could really do much better. You know, ball goes out of bounds, you're in trouble. It doesn't work out for you, but that's kind of a nice little directional kick. There's Jeff Oliver down there. He's, taking care of people down there, and he says his role's a little different this year. He's not just the football strength guy, and not the get-back coach as much anymore. And it's a special moment. There's no doubt about it, because he's the dad first when he's on that sideline.
And he'll, that's one of those things that, it's going on now. Here's Bragalone, gets the corner and run out of bounds. one of those things that, you know, at the time, he's going to be pumped right now, and he's smacking him, but his head's going other different places as he's thinking about, okay, what do I need to do to help this team win? But tonight, he'll sit back and reflect on that, and later on, he'll have a huge grin. He did, you know, remember Peter came back his senior year last year at St. John's, broke his ankle, came back for the state championship game at Gillette Stadium, and he scored a touchdown. Here's Mays on the keeper, and Mays has a first down. Well, he scores the touchdown in that game after being out for the majority of the season with the broken ankle. And he said to his dad afterwards, he said, "Dad, that was so cool. That was the coolest moment of my high school career." And Jeff said, "Yeah, you know what? It was the coolest moment for me too."
Yeah, that's good stuff. And good stuff from Mays, the quarterback there. Great ball fake to pick up the first down.
And Jeff's so proud of all his kids.
Well, you know, this is a Holy Cross team that has been completely dominated on the scoreboard for the first 7 weeks of football in terms of scoring in the first half. They've got a 14-0 edge in the first half of football. It's kind of, they're in uncharted territory. So can their defense keep this 0 on the board and keep Lehigh kind of off balance?
Especially now, Lehigh with the offense, the wind at their back. Mays to throw with time, fires for the out, has a man, and it is complete to Porter Real, and he's across midfield into Holy Cross territory, run out of bounds at the 40-yard line of the Crusaders.
And so right you are, kind of part meteorologist, Kevin Shea. This is Mays. He's got a linebacker safety in front of his receiver, but he knows he's got the arm strength. That ball almost comes loose at the end. But he's got the arm strength and the wind at his back to get that over Lang and deliver it to his receiver.
And here's Bragalone on first down. And he is met and dropped by Benton Whitley, the sophomore, in there.
I'll tell you what, Whitley's come on the last couple of weeks. You know, made a name for himself in there as a defensive end.
Well, you know, having depth on the D-line, especially today, you're playing on natural grass in these conditions, you're going to get tired a lot quicker than you normally would. Mays under pressure, fires and throws it away. Great defense. The heat was coming that time from Teddy Capsis, and we've seen that a lot here at Fitton Field as Mays sharing a moment with the official.
Yeah, I think the official was trying to protect him, let him know the play was over. Capsis was on the ground rolling around there, and you appreciate your ref.
Yep. Look at Mays, number 4 now. You know, Bob Chesney said he's kind of a gunslinger. He likes to throw it. He'll try to squeeze it in. He'll throw into coverage. He'll throw on the run. He goes, where's number 4? Maybe, you know, on our Brett Favre.
Oh yeah, and he's got that kind of stature.
2 for 4 on third down conversions is Lehigh, and the sack, and it's Whitley, the sophomore, got him.
Yeah, and the pocket just collapsed. Whitley doing his job, but his lineman teammates doing their job as well, doing a great job. And the Springfield guy at a Minnechaug comes up with the sack, the young guy. But give credit. The rest of his line kind of collapsed that pocket, and there wasn't much place for Mays to escape to.
A little undersized at 238 pounds on the D-line at 6'3", but man, that's a strong kid and clearly a good motor. And this ball hits and takes a Lehigh bounce, and a beautiful job again by John Roberts. That's the second time in a row that he's fielded a punt, tough conditions with guys all around him, but it saves field position for Holy Cross. The offense is coming back on the field with a 2-touchdown lead.
What's up? I'm Tom, and this is 2 Things with Tom. Thing number 1, Worcester Railers hockey is family fun. Bring the family and have a blast at the DCU Center in Worcester. Thing number 2, Worcester Railers hockey is wicked affordable. Railers tickets start at just $15. Enjoy a great night out with your family or friends. Hockey is back. Hockey is back in Worcester. Give us a call, go to RailersHC.com and come see us at the rink.
Bison Pride is the feeling that you get when you're with all of your Nichols friends and you're rooting for your team and your school and your community.
Even though we are a smaller school, you feel the big school vibe here.
All right, here you go. The Holy Cross offense huddling up on their side of the field. Brenna Wilson is down at field level. She just did that story on the Olivers. Brenna, what do you have?
Yeah, you guys mentioned it earlier. Peter Oliver grew up around the Holy Cross program, with his father, Jeff Oliver, being the head of strength and conditioning up here. Earlier this week, he told us that his dad helped promote the importance of strength training and also participating in other sports to increase your athletic ability. Peter told us he was involved with gymnastics, soccer, lacrosse, and hockey growing up, and each taught him different skills that he now uses in football. But his athletic ability, I think, might also be in his blood, with both of his parents being former D1 athletes. Guys.
Thanks, Brenda. Yeah, both parents playing sports at Boston College. And Jeff Oliver going without the hat on. I'll tell you what, he's tough. Upstate New York, he is a tough dude. He is a big, strong guy. And I know he's always talked about just getting the kids moving. He's like, have them climb trees, put a pull-up bar in the doorway. Have them do that stuff. They don't, just let them move and be active. But he does like that. Here's Alexander with a big hole. Miles Alexander across the 40, across midfield. Ball comes loose. And let's see, I think Holy Cross may have it. Lehigh had it, but it was down around their feet. Yep, Holy Cross holds on to the football. Alexander and these Holy Cross running backs will not go down today. They are playing with an attitude.
I think it was Kuznetsov who comes up with the football, but this is, again, gets the space and then takes off downfield. Just can't get outside his receiver. And that ball is loose. There's no question about it. And
Watch
again,
this.
Lehigh's got the ball initially, and let's see if it's Kuznetsov. Oh, it's an offensive lineman who comes in and grabs it.
31-yard run.
Could have been Joe Mattingly, a reserve offensive lineman, hustling downfield, the right tackle to make the play.
And that Holy Cross sideline just exploding over there. The Crusaders have momentum right now. They are playing with swagger. This is what Bob Chesney's wanted all season long from this team, to play with swagger, play with confidence. Cozier with a huge hole inside the 30, inside the 20. Cozier knocked out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Wow, you could drive a truck through that hole.
You almost could have picked up a first down on that one, Kev. Big ceiling block on the edge from the offensive line. Then downfield, the receivers are running routes, and they just turn into blockers. Tenio Ayeni got a good block on his guy, and downfield goes Cozier.
Cozier over 100 yards rushing for the day, and we still have 9:41 to play in the first half. 105 yards rushing for Dom Cozier. Holy Cross's rushing attack, second best in the Patriot League. Cozier breaking tackles to the end zone. Touchdown, Dom Cozier. Same story. He will not go down. Cozier willing himself into the end zone. Crusaders lead it by 3 touchdowns.
Wow. Again, swagger, a little bit of fire, and speed. And again, it's that play with conviction. Make that extra play. Make that extra effort. And that's what Bob Chesney's been preaching through the bye week and this week to his guys, and they're doing it.
Incredible. The runs on this drive, everything, the blocking and the way these guys are running. Ing, his extra point is up and through. Holy Cross with a 21-0 lead.
Yeah, and a little bit of power football up front. Bowler with a nice block. That kind of was just enough to open it, and then just through the wash, Cozier doesn't let a little contact bother him, and then just kind of picks his spots and heads upfield for the touchdown. Good block right at the middle there. Nice job up front by Holy Cross, and then it's Cozier in space, and this is a guy you want in space. He's your athlete, maybe your most athletic weapon on the edge, and he's a guy who can make plays.
Wow. Between he and Alexander, the way they are running the football and the finishing runs and how many tackles they're breaking per run. I mean, each guy is breaking 2-3 tackles per run.
He's averaging almost 11 yards a carry as Cozier. 12 carries, about 127 yards on the ground. Crusaders are well over. They're going to be well over their average for rushing here, maybe in the first half. Their rushing average for a game.
Yeah, they average 121 yards rushing a game, and that's second best in the Patriot League. That drive was.
They're already well over that. They have 184 yards on the ground.
And another great kickoff. Fielded at the 10, across the 20 to the 25, and stacked up at the 26-yard line. Good coverage by the Crusaders kick team. Holy Cross says they have the football. The sideline's all jumping up.
The referees aren't jumping.
The referee's saying down, but again, this is something that doesn't happen by accident. That entire Holy Cross sideline jumping up and pointing in the direction, they practice that. This stuff doesn't happen by accident. Every single detail is practiced by Bob Chesney and his team.
Well, I mean, it's tough to tell there. They're going to give the ball to Lehigh. I don't know if they said his momentum was stopped, his forward progress was stopped, but Holy Cross came out with that football really early on in that scrum.
Wow, they got a lot of momentum going right now. Holy Cross does a 21-0 lead for the Crusaders. Bragg alone. And he's stacked up after a short gain.
Look at Forster. He's fired up. Big 76.
You know, there's something to that whole pregame little back and fight. Let's, back and forth. Let's start a fight here. Get that fire going. Some guys going in and out of the lineup now for Holy Cross. They shift around on the D-line. Mays with Bragg alone in the backfield. Mays to throw, has time, now looks to his right and fires underneath.
Ball's out.
And there's a loose football, and Holy Cross has it. The Crusaders force the turnover. Offense, defense, special teams. Holy Cross is dominating in all three phases.
Oh, big old McCardle coming up with it. And that's pursuit to the football. You know, he's engaged right there in the center of the defensive line. He has to come all the way back, and Brady strips it, and McCardle recovers the football. And again, wet football, turnover-prone type day. Crusaders, can they take advantage of their turnover, of their defensive play right off the bat here?
Just the fifth forced fumble by this Holy Cross defense this season. First for Brady. They are killing it right now in all three phases. So here's the Holy Cross offense. Miles Alexander is your running back. Jeff Wade, the quarterback, with the wind and the rain just whipping in their faces. Wade to throw, loses the football, and fell on it. Ball just popped out. DiNicola having a chat.
They need to get Colangelo spraying more water on Wade or something. He almost gave that one back.
The video of the practices was great. Colangelo would sneak up when Wade was calling his cadence and just spray his hands.
They did just get that one back. Bearing down.
Second and long. Wade rolls to his right, fires to his right. It is complete to Blaze Bell at the 31-yard line. So they get back to the original line of scrimmage. Blaze Bell, one of the guys on offense that Bob Chesney was saying we need a game from him.
Yeah, they need to get him going. Second on the team in catches, and a guy who can make some plays. A great athlete, a former quarterback, someone with some understanding of the offense.
Third down and 11. Alexander's in the backfield. Alexander gets the call. No, it's Wade. Wade, beautiful job on the option. And Wade tripped up at the 22-yard line. He's going to be real close to a first down. Beautiful job on the option by Wade to keep it.
Yeah, and I think he just makes one wrong decision here at the end. He's got a block. He goes outside of the block instead of inside. I think he's got the first down if he stays inside and just shoots north-south there.
4th and 1. Holy Cross perfect on 4th down conversion so far. It's Alexander again, breaking tackles. He was hit in the backfield, and he breaks 2-3 tackles and gets forward for the first down. Tremendous leg drive.
These guys are slick. It's not just the footballs that are slippery. It's the guys that are running through. They're running through tackles right now and able to get that on the second effort. Again, hit before the yard to gain and picks it up.
Holy Cross 3 for 3 on 4th down conversions. Here's Alexander again into the heart of the defense. And stopped after a pickup of 2. What a huge 4th down conversion, though, for Holy Cross.
Yeah, just keep the clock running, keep the momentum on your side.
Again with the elements, probably 4 down territory. Here's Alexander. Alexander's inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It'll be 3 yards short of the first down.
Yeah, you know, Derek Ing's got a strong leg. There's no question about it. But if you're stopped on 4th down or if your field goal doesn't go through, it's the same kind of shift, you know. So you try to make that aggression. But first they got a 3rd down play to try to pick up the 4 yards.
Alexander's in the backfield with Wade. Wade to throw, looks to his right. Now he's under pressure. Now throws to the end zone, has a man, and it's incomplete. Had Blaze Bell there. He was under pressure, couldn't really step into the throw, I think, like he'd like.
Yeah, and he kind of like sidearm wings that one, but Bell was kind of hanging out over there for a little while, and took a little while for Wade to find him because of maybe the pressure coming in around him. They'll keep the offense on the field here on 4th down.
Holy Cross 3 for 3 on 4th down conversions so far. 4th and 4 right now for the Crusaders. With 5:52 remaining, they need to get down to the 10-yard line. 3 receivers to the near side. Alexander's in the backfield with Wade. Here comes the blitz from Lehigh, and they get him. The linebacker just came right around the outside, and they got him. Was it Walker?
Mark Walker, yeah. And you know, it's a good stop for Lehigh. It was kind of Holy Cross playing with house money coming off of the turnover. Look at Walker on a little delay. Comes in unblocked. That's a big sack for the Lehigh Mountain Hawk defense. And now can they use that stop to shift the momentum a little bit?
5:47 to play. There's Walker coming up with a big play on 4th down as the Lehigh defense holds Holy Cross on 4th down for the first time today. And now Brad Mays, the senior signal caller, fires out to the sideline. It is complete for a first down. Austin Dambach with the reception.
Yeah, Dambach, one of their guys that can make some plays. And again, this is your shot. Wind at your back. Can you move the ball? Can you be multi-dimensional offensively and get back in the game?
Mays to throw again. Pumps. Going deep. Has a man out there. It's caught, and it's going to be a foot race to the end zone. And pushed out of bounds. Devin Bibbins going deep, and he beat the receiver, and what a throw from Mays in less than ideal conditions.
Oh yeah, 100%. But again, with the wind at the back and the strong arm of Mays, he just drops this down the chimney for Bibbins. Great ball.
And one thing with this offense is they have moved the ball well this year. They just haven't put it in the end zone. Unlike, very uncharacteristic of Lehigh offenses, they only average 14 points a game. Mays on the keeper, on the option, and Mays is belted down after a short pickup. But Mays has, you look at them on film, and they have a lot of big plays every game, no matter who they're playing, whether it's Villanova, you know, whether it's Patriot League teams. They're hitting on some big plays. They're just not finishing drives and getting points.
Well, they have the guys. They certainly have the athletes to make the plays, especially on the outside. 2 big receiver targets.
Porter Real and Bibbins on the near side. It's Bragalone. Bragalone spins forward to the 10-yard line. So it'll be 3rd down and 6 for Lehigh. Again, the wind is at their back if they are going to try a field goal. Yeah, the wind would be at their back here, but first and foremost, it's a big 3rd and 6 for the Mountain Hawks with 4:15 to play in the half.
I don't know, points are important, but I think it's a 4-down setup no matter what happens if they don't get this first down here.
Here's Mays from the shotgun, directing traffic. Bragalone is back with him. Mays looks, has plenty of time. Now he's flushed out of the pocket. Mays is going to run it, and he dodges a couple defenders and is brought down at the line of scrimmage. May have gained a half a yard.
I don't know how he got away from a few of those guys in the middle, but they are going to bring the field goal kicking team out here on 4th down.
I think it's a momentum thing more than anything. Just get some points and try to stop some of that momentum that has been all on that purple sideline here in the first half. A 21-0 Holy Cross lead. Ed Mish, the senior, from 26 yards out. Wind at his
best.
back. And it's blocked. Holy Cross blocks the field goal attempt. And it's picked up by Joe Lang, but the Crusaders special teams coming up huge with the block.
Yeah, and there's the thing. You know, there's the thing that gets you. You want to get some points, but if you don't execute it, it's almost even worse. You play it a little safe, and then you get the block. Was it Forster who got the hand up? Neil Forster having a monster game, and he blocks it down. Bill Carmody may have to sign him up, play a little defense on the basketball team. Gets the big hand up there and knocks it away.
Out of Exeter, New Hampshire, Forster, the senior, 6'3", 283, one of the strongest players on this team. And he got a little penetration and got that big paw up there. Wade. The wind's coming right in his face. He hands it off, and Kozier's got some space. Dom Kozier trying to get now to the outside, switches hands, and gets the first down. Kozier picks up the first down.
Kozier kind of ran his own little counter there. You know, he kind of was headed in one direction, saw it blocked up, countered back the other way. Good yardage.
More often than not, at the point of attack, there has been a big hole for Holy Cross's running backs here in the first half. And that's that offensive lineman. Moving people out of the way. Here's Kozier again, another huge hole. Kozier to the second level, across midfield. Dom Kozier tripped up at the 42 of Lehigh. Another big run for this Holy Cross offense.
Yeah, and you know, hangs on to that ball a little bit at the end. Richie DiNicola downfield makes a good play on this. He's behind him. He almost hooks that defensive back and decides to let him go. Look at that, ball comes free at the end. Kozier recovers.
161 yards rushing for Holy Cross today after a 28-yard scamper. Kozier's got 161 himself. What a day Dom Kozier is having. A career day. Clock is winding down. 2:02 to play in the first half. Holy Cross with a 21-0 lead. Wade looks over to get the offensive play. Peter Oliver gets the call. Oliver straight ahead. Oliver pushing the pile backwards. And his forward progress is down at the 36-yard line.
Now, Bob Chesney said to us earlier this week, he was talking about Harvard. He's kind of like lamenting how it went down, but he's like, you know, it's a great stadium, and the weather was great. I think he might want to play in a few more nor'easters the way his guys have played in this first half.
3rd and 3 for Holy Cross. Oliver is in the background with Wade. And again, Lehigh showing blitz with both inside backers. This could be a place where you see a screen where they try to use that Lehigh rush against them. Wade. Wade, keeper. Wade straight up the middle, first down. And Jeff Wade barrels forward to the 26-yard line.
And Jeff Wade uses the blitz against them with his feet that time. He's got the option to hand it to Peter Oliver. Instead, he keeps it and goes right back up the middle.
Under a minute to play. Clock is running. 53 seconds and counting. Lehigh players down. And we'll get a timeout. On the far side, there's a Lehigh player down on the turf. And that'll stop the clock with 51 seconds to play in the half. And Holy Cross at the Lehigh 26-yard line. Brenna, what do you have coming up at the half?
Yeah, we speak to Holy Cross men's basketball coach Bill Carmody at the half, and he'll tell us a little bit about the season coming up and what we can expect.
Okay, thank you, Brenna.
Get some windshield wipers down there, Brenna, on Cam's camera down there. It is, you can see the conditions that they're dealing with down there on the sideline.
Cam Jandro, no rain pants.
No
real rain gear. He's wearing
sneakers.
Jeans and sneakers. He's got to feel like he's got leather pants on right now, and he's in a bog. I mean, he's gonna weigh an extra 15 pounds before this game is out, just because he's going to be so waterlogged.
You know what? He's a Worcester kid. We're tough. Worcester kids are tough.
That's true.
They can deal with this type of thing.
That's true. He's proven it out there today. 51 seconds to play in the first half. If Holy Cross could add to their lead, wow. Coming in, the Crusaders 3rd in the Patriot League in scoring, averaging over 17.5 points a game. Lehigh's defense dead last in the league, giving up 37.5 points a game.
There's an injury timeout. 1 minute and 4.5.
Yeah, the mic's not going to be that strong on the referee.
They got an injury timeout,
Yeah,
is what he was saying. They had two guys that were kind of hobbling. Another guy hobbled off the field.
Dom Cozier. Holy Cross has 2 timeouts left. Cozier's in the backfield with Wade, so you could run the ball if you want to. Wade's going to throw. He rolls to his right. Under pressure, fires back across. Oh, he had Cozier wide open. That was 6.
That was a touchdown.
Oh, man.
Wade might not, maybe just, he could have set himself maybe a little more and made that throw. He had a little more time than maybe he thought.
Wade's frustrated. He knows it.
That could have been a backbreaker.
Yeah. That probably could have been the nail in the coffin. So it's 2nd down and 10 for Holy Cross. How do you rebound? Miles Alexander's your running back. 3 wide receivers set for Wade. Both linebackers blitzing. Wade going up top for Dorsey. Dorsey hauls it in. Touchdown, Holy Cross. How's that for an answer? Wade to Dorsey for 6.
Wow. Throws it back to back shoulder to Dorsey. He comes back and gets it. Stays in bounds and goes into the end zone.
Martin Dorsey is Spider-Man. Just put it up there anywhere in the radius. He'll catch it. Wow.
Yep.
If it's in his zip code, Martin Dorsey will bring it in.
And that's the thing. I mean, Lehigh had it pretty well defended out there, and Dorsey's just able to make plays when the ball's in the air.
Ing on for the 4th time today, attempting a point after. And his kick into the wind is up and through. 28-0 Holy Cross with 37 seconds to play in the half.
All right, here you go. Jeff Wade into the wind, just going to fling this one out there. Pretty good position for the defensive back, but Dorsey's able to come back and get it. And again, this ball's delivered in a good spot for Dorsey to turn back, make the play, and he goes in for a touchdown. Martin Dorsey, a couple touchdowns in the Harvard game. Another touchdown here today. He's got 4 on the season, but he has had kind of a season within a season these last 3 weeks of football. Bucknell, Harvard, and now Lehigh.
That drive for Holy Cross took 7 plays, covered 81 yards, and took 2 minutes and 32 seconds off the clock. And remember, it comes on the heels of the blocked field goal. So it's a 10-point swing.
A big 37 seconds here. Holy Cross gets the ball coming out of the break.
Huge. If they're Holy Cross right now, you don't even want to go to the locker room.
Right.
They're saying, hey, Lehigh, if you want, let's just rest for like 10 seconds, get some water, and continue playing. Because you don't want to stop this momentum. They are crushing it here today.
Jeff Wade, an efficient 5 of 8 with 2 touchdown passes.
The ball falls off the tee. Cody Wilkinson puts it back on, and now they'll get Alex Johnson to hold it, I believe. Yeah, Alex Johnson's going to hold it for Wilkinson. Again, this is a nor'easter. And the weather conditions, as advertised, it is a lot of rain, tremendous wind. Wilkinson's been fantastic on kickoff so far. This is a short kick fielded at the 31. And Lehigh just takes a knee. Dan Scacera, the tight end, who fielded it, takes a knee. So there are 35 seconds to play in the first half. Phil Robo just showing off his human side as he reached outside, and one of the kids filming the game for the Holy Cross football team, Phil gave him some hand warmers. He's a gentleman, he's a humanitarian, he's a justice of the peace. He is a former head of the Lions Club, may still be the president of the Lions Club, but has done so much for the town of Leicester. And he's carried me for 21 years. That's not easy. Mays rolls to his right, he's under pressure, and Mays is sacked. And that may be the final play of the first half. Lehigh may just say, you know what, let's get in the locker room and let's just try to maybe change uniforms, something, and just try to change what's going on here today.
Yeah, Stefanik gets the sack. Whitley leads him, the quarterback, right to his teammate Stefanik with his pressure on the edge. And that's what's going to happen here. We're going to go to the break. Holy Cross on top, 28-0. This is, again, uncharted waters. This is where they want to be. This is the way they're heading. And a good first half for the Crusaders.
The most dominating first half that we have seen from Holy Cross this season. At the half, it is the Crusaders 28, Lehigh nothing. And now they'll hold. Look at this. The players still jawing. The officials, the coaches trying to get in between.
Well, Puerto Real,
look at this.
Puerto Real was in the middle of it, coming off the field in the pregame, and he's the one lingering the longest.
I love Grotzky. Chris Grotzky, the strength coach for this football team, is all fired up. Now a flag comes, and this one's going to be on Holy Cross. 2 flags come on the Holy Cross team. And let's see, Grotzky was fired up. The team's fired up. And the officials will sort out, but they threw 2 flags on Holy Cross near the end of that exchange. And the coach is still trying to talk to the officials. Brenna Wilson's going to talk to Bob Chesney very soon, and they're lining it up now. Okay, Brenna, Coach, what do you have?
Coach, all 3 phases going pretty well for the team so far. How do you keep us going into the second half?
Yeah, you got to play the second half, right? I think that's the thing for us is we usually don't start this way. This is new for us. Now, how do we come out and how do we handle it? And I hope that they get in this locker room. I like that little bit at the end. It's a 15-yard penalty. They should not watch their words and not be as aggressive. But at the same time, it's better than laying down like we've done over the past couple weeks.
Thank you. Good luck.
I like Coach Chesney's style. You know what? And that is just you want to harness it, but you don't want to tamper that aggression. It's still a contact sport. It's still a very aggressive sport. And Holy Cross right now, their best half of football this season, they are dominating Lehigh. At the break, it is the Crusaders 28 and the Mountain Hawks nothing. We're back with our halftime activities right after this.
With my Bay State Savings Bank mobile app, I don't need to drive to a local branch to deposit my money. I can deposit a check just by taking a picture on my phone. Anywhere, anytime. Done. I just saved on gas and saved myself some time. It's a win for everybody.
For everybody?
For everybody.
For everybody? For everybody.
For everybody.
I know.
Bay State Savings Bank is proud to sponsor the Friday Night Football Frenzy. Bay State Savings Bank. We take banking personally.
Accidents involving distracted driving injured over 400,000 Americans last year. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car or motorcycle accident, before you call your insurance company, call the law offices of Joseph J. Cariglia. Our attorneys have helped tens of thousands of clients receive millions of dollars in settlements for over 50 years. Don't stand alone against the big insurance companies. Call the law offices of Joseph J. Cariglia for a free consultation. We don't get paid unless you do.
Right now, Patriot Nissan's offering several new models, the Nissan Kicks and the Nissan Leaf.
Come down and see us right now for our model year-end closeout event. We have to sell these 2018s, and the rebates are incredible.
Patriot Nissan's also going to offer our local employers better discounts than everybody else. If you currently work for UMass, Fallon, Wyman Gordon, St. Baines, and several other companies, we're going to offer you an increased discount above and beyond what everyone else sees. Come on and join us here at Patriot Nissan on Route 20 in Auburn.
Holy Cross football is back in Worcester. Don't miss family fun and Division I football right in your backyard. Tickets start at just $15. Visit goholycross.com/tickets or call 1-844-GO-CROSS.
Doors. Every door is different. Every door, unique. And each one tells a story. Open a door at Unibank and you'll find a unique place. A bank where we listen to you and find answers. All to help you write your unique success story. Welcome to the new Unibank. Please, after you. Unibank. Bank different. Bank unique.
Member FDIC. Member DIF. Equal housing lender.
Harrington Physician Services specializes in the understanding, prevention, and management of complex sports injuries and athletic rehabilitation. Whether you need care for a torn rotator cuff or ACL, our board-certified physicians are here to serve you. We offer comprehensive physical therapy and rehabilitation in Charlton, Southbridge, and Webster, and an on-site radiology partnership with Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center. To learn more, go to harringtonhospital.org. Harrington Healthcare System. Compassionate, quality care.
What's up? I'm Tom, and this is Two Things with Tom. Thing number one, Worcester Railers hockey is family fun. Bring the family and have a blast at the DCU Center in Worcester. Thing number two, Worcester Railers hockey is wicked affordable. Railers tickets start at just $15. Enjoy a great night out with your family or friends. Hockey is back. Hockey is back in Worcester. Give us a call. Go to RailersHC.com and come see us at the rink.
Welcome back to a cold, windy, and rainy Fitton Field. We're currently at the half where Holy Cross leads Lehigh 28-0. Now, earlier this week, we caught up with the Holy Cross men's basketball head coach, Bill Carmody, to find out how he's seeing the team to be this year and what he's looking forward to as well. And he also tells us a little bit about the recruits coming in as well as the sophomores and how they have been contributing this year after being such a big help last year. A few weeks into the season, what are you seeing so far with your team?
Yeah, well, last year we had a lot of freshmen that played, and you're hoping that when they come back as sophomores that they've improved, in shooting and passing, dribbling, all, the basics, the elements of basketball. And I think a number of them have improved. We have a bunch of gym rats that are in that class, and which is great. But I think that our senior, Jahiva Floyd, he's a guy. I mean, how he does is how we'll do. If he has a good year, stays healthy, then I think we could be okay.
Yeah, coming into the season, Jahiva has the preseason All-Patriot League. He's on that team. How important is that, and what are you seeing for his leadership as well?
Yeah, well, he's just he's grown so much since he was a freshman. He wouldn't look you in the eye for 2 years. At least he didn't look at me in the eye, and he's just with his. He decided this was important to him, so he really worked at it. And, with that gain in confidence, when he saw that, hey, I'm doing pretty well here in this basketball thing, he grew as a person. And on the campus, he's a big man on campus, and not just because he's 6'8", but he's involved in a lot of different things on campus, a lot of activities. And I think our guys all respect him, especially because he's worked so hard to improve.
You guys have had about a full year now with the Luth Athletic Complex. What have you seen as far as improvements, whether it's the facilities you've been able to use, the new weight room, and then also how has it helped with bringing in recruits?
Yeah, well, I think this actually the sophomore class, they saw the sticks in the ground, as they say, and so they said, Holy Cross is committed to doing something here, which they really hadn't done in 30 years, as far as I remember, and. People came through. All the alums, who are passionate about sports here came through, and certainly Mr. and Mrs. Luth, but others too. And so it's helped immensely, and it'll continue to help because it's a first-rate place now, and you're happy to bring people here. They see it and they can't believe it. Especially recruits from out of the area. They've heard of Holy Cross, but don't really know too much about it. And then they come here and they just can't believe how sweet it is.
Your freshman class coming in, what can we expect from them?
I don't know. I really don't know yet. I know we've had a few weeks of practice, but I think that the majority of minutes will be with the guys that were here last year. And as the freshmen come along, and we'll just see how they develop. And I think there's some ability there, and they just have to find their way a little bit.
Last year, the team faced a little bit of adversity, losing a veteran player, but the team rallied around it and played really good basketball towards the end. What do you think the team learned from that?
Well, in football that they do. I mean, I don't know anything about football. But when I go to the games and a guy gets hurt, they say next man up, and that's what happened. Different guys, rise to the occasion and get a chance, and then it's your time. You got to make the most of it, and I think some guys did last year, and I'm hoping that trend continues.
Yeah, and you were kind of mentioning that earlier too, that the freshman class last year, sophomores now, they were a huge impact for your team last year. How important is it to get that experience early on and hopefully let that translate the next 3 or 4 years in college?
Yeah, I don't want to be a downer, but sometimes freshmen come in and they're doing great, but then they don't improve. Right. People say, oh, you had all these freshmen last year, or you have everybody back, but you lost, most of your games. Well, maybe having everyone back isn't a plus. But I think, as I mentioned before, this is a group, the sophomores, that really love to be in the gymnasium, and it wears, a few guys more so than a few of the others, and then all of a sudden, just by osmosis, those others that say, wow, I think I'm going to go in the gym with him and, shoot around on a, Saturday night.
Now, last year you guys played a tournament out in Ireland, and we kind of talked about that, how it's not just, a player experience, but it's also like a person experience. You're learning a new culture, you're leaving the country, but what were you guys able to learn from that trip out there?
Well, we're right on the border there. We're in Belfast, so I think a lot of guys learned a little bit about, some of the history there, and it's still a mess over there. And now with this Brexit, it's even messier. But I think it was, it's educational for the guys. I mean, they say, wow, this kind of stuff happens. Everything isn't, picture perfect like in the suburbs where I grew up.
You're staying a little bit closer to home this year with your tournament, going to the Hall of Fame tip-off in Mohegan Sun, playing big teams like Michigan and Providence. How important is it, to be able to be a part of these tournaments and seeing teams that you wouldn't necessarily be able to see in a regular season?
Yeah, well, it's nice because you're playing these teams, and it gives your guys a chance, because some of them feel slighted. They weren't recruited at a higher level maybe, and now they say, okay, well, here's your chance. Let's see what you can do against some of the big boys. And those are, two very good programs, and they have been for years. So I think it'll be a great challenge for us.
Yeah, and a game like Michigan, that's a game that people might want to circle on their calendars, as especially players, being able to see how they compete against Michigan. So what are you hoping to see from your team?
I'm not really worrying about them right now. I'm more worried about the next couple weeks before our opening game against Sacred Heart, and I'll worry about Michigan later on. I mean, as I mentioned to you before, my hair's gray enough to, I don't want to worry for 3 weeks or a month about Michigan and Providence. We have a lot of work to do the next 2 weeks, in the gym.
Your first game of the season is November 6th. Feels like it's always getting earlier. As a coach, how do you kind of work with that?
Well, it's a long season, and so I think we have enough time to prepare for it, even though it's a few days earlier, the start time. And because it's a long season, the players get tired of you, right? I mean, that's it. And sometimes coaches get a little tired of them. So if you're starting in September, October, November, and you hope you're playing into middle of March, that's a long time. So I don't know. I'm not really for lengthening the season, and we practice in the summer now. You can have a few hours in the summer. I don't know if that's the best thing in the world, because I think then they really get tired of you.
You guys have a game at the DCU Center this year. There's a little bit of charm playing in a smaller setting because you have fans literally breathing down your neck, but there's also the excitement of playing in a bigger arena. As a coach, what do you like, and are there perks to both?
Yeah, well, I wish we could get those teams that play us in the DCU Center to play us here, but that's just the nature of the beast, college athletics. And so I think it's good. Our guys like going to a different place, and it's a big arena, and I think they'll enjoy it.
All right, finally, who would win in a game of horse, you or Coach Gibbons?
Please.
Yeah.
Interpret that however you want.
Okay. Yeah, all I know is that both of them will probably beat me at horse, so we've got that going for us. You can interpret that how you want. The men's basketball team opens their season on Tuesday, November 6th against Sacred Heart. We have more of the game after the break.
We're proud to lead with high school sports stories because we know that's important to our viewers, that's important to our communities. I think it's incredibly unique because you just don't see this amount of coverage other places. We can do 5 and 6 minutes at 10 o'clock, whereas other stations might do 2.5 minutes, and of that, 30 seconds is on high school sports.
It's very easy to be enthusiastic watching these guys play, whether it's high school football or field hockey or lacrosse.
When you see somebody make an outstanding play, you're kind of fired up about that. I come back and I'm like, Kev, I couldn't believe this play I saw in this game.
To see and to kind of be able to capture some of those magic moments when you're there to witness history, that's really cool. We're out there every day shooting the games ourselves and coming back and editing it and writing it ourselves.
You get a certain insight that you don't get if you're, say, in a press box.
We never forget the players that come from Central Mass, those that are lucky enough to play professional sports. We follow them in the pros.
We never forget those guys coming from Central Mass.
I've had people come up and say to me that, we still watch and we're still fans because they can watch on TV.
Has it brought fans to the game? Has it impacted local sports? I hope so. Coaches tell us it has. Certainly our goal is just to cover the game and to really highlight the positive of high school and local college sports.
And we're enjoying what we do, and I hope that comes across. There's no other place I'd rather be, and there's no other job I'd rather do.
Charter TV3 and UMass Memorial Healthcare have teamed up to bring you the latest news and trends in healthcare. Health Watch, presented by UMass Memorial Healthcare, brings you the healthcare topics that are important to you. From stroke prevention to allergies, skincare to sports injury prevention, and nutrition to pregnancy, Health Watch and UMass Memorial Healthcare informs you on the issues that affect you on a daily basis. Health Watch on Charter TV3. For extended interviews with UMass Memorial Healthcare experts, log on to our website.
Shows ignorance and bias, and he's right to be called out on it. Bothers me that they just can't get it done.
The city has to make decisions about what business it wants to be in.
The fact that Worcester played a big part in changing this, of course we should be trumpeting.
Power of free speech is a stronger dictate.
Personally, if that ballot question gets on the ballot, I'm voting for it.
You can't get Worcester weather from a Boston TV station. The sun could be shining in downtown Boston, but the weather could be very different here in Worcester. People tell me all the time how much they count on our weather forecast, and we know how important that is to our Worcester News Tonight viewers. Each weekday, we'll give you your weather, your 10-day forecast for right here in Worcester, only on Worcester News Tonight.
Worcester's only local forecast, weeknights on Worcester News Tonight.
Welcome back, everyone. Holy Cross leading Lehigh 28-0 at the half, and that was a big fourth down stop by the Crusaders defense, and then the offense. And Jeff Wade going to work, hitting Derek Mountain for the first touchdown of the first half.
Yeah, and they did really well, Holy Cross, to get the Lehigh defense, their aggression, work it against them. Jeff Oliver got his first touchdown of his collegiate career going in there, and the defense, Whitley and company, Neil Forster up front doing a great job.
Pinning their ears back. Dom Cozier having a great first half of football. 168 yards rushing, averaging 11 yards a carry. Breaking tackles, breaking away. Touchdown run for Cozier. And this was the cherry on top of the sundae for Holy Cross. Yeah. Martin Dorsey hauling it in from Jeff Wade. 28-0 Holy Cross at the half. And coming in, Andy, it was Dom Bragalone who had the headlines. He was the headline running back in this game for Lehigh, second in the Patriot League in rushing. But it's the Holy Cross rushing attack that has stolen the show and stolen the headlines. 243 yards rushing for Holy Cross in the first half.
And deservedly so. Bragalone's had a great career, 4,000 yards rushing, and has been very, very tough on Holy Cross. The Crusaders kind of flipped the script a little bit, and Bob Chesney, I think, said it really well going into the break. We haven't been in this position before. Can we react to it and react the right way, which is probably keep the foot on the gas pedal here in the second half. They get the ball after a penalty. Field position probably be tough, so how do they respond to that with the lead right now?
And as he said, too, going to the break, he wasn't tempering things in the locker room. They loved what they saw from this team in the first half. They loved that swagger, that fight. And he said, hey, this is the first time we've seen that all year. You know that they were fostering that. They were pumping that up in that locker room. And meanwhile, for Lehigh, you try to throw the entire first half out the window and start fresh and see what you can do.
Yeah, and you got the guys who can do it. Mays can move the football, and if their defense comes up with that first stop, things can change quickly, especially in the elements when the hanging on to the football is going to be so critical here in the second half.
Holy Cross looking for their first win in Patriot League play this season, and they lead Lehigh 28-0 at the half. When we come back, the second half between the Mountain Hawks and Crusaders.
Holy Cross football is back in Worcester. Don't miss family fun and Division I football right in your backyard. Tickets start at just $15. Visit goholycross.com/tickets or call 1-844-GO-CROSS.
Doors. Every door is different. Every door, unique. And each one tells a story. Open a door at Unibank and you'll find a unique place. A bank where we listen to you and find answers. All to help you write your unique success story. Welcome to the new Unibank. Please, after you. Unibank. Bank different. Bank unique.
Member FDIC, member DIF, equal housing lender.
Harrington Physician Services specializes in the understanding, prevention, and management of complex sports injuries and athletic rehabilitation. Whether you need care for a torn rotator cuff or ACL, our board-certified physicians are here to serve you. We offer comprehensive physical therapy and rehabilitation in Charlton, Southbridge, and Webster, and an on-site radiology partnership with Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center. To learn more, go to harringtonhospital.org. Harrington Healthcare System. Compassionate, quality care.
Welcome back. Here's your stats.
Yeah, I mean, Holy Cross 243 yards on the ground. That's a big number, well over their average for the season. Passing yards, no, not just an efficient 5 of 8. Jeff Wade taking his chances when he needs to, and the first down, big difference there. And fourth down conversions, Holy Cross was 3 of 3. The only time they were stopped was late in the game, late in that first half. They lost it on downs, deep in the red zone. Time of possession fairly even. That big fourth down stop, we showed it in the highlights very early on. Holy Cross had the ball moved on them. Defense comes up with a big stop, helping out with those elements, and then coming up and making those plays offensively. The big one, that touchdown pass at the end of the first half, really a big deal to get Holy Cross some more momentum going into the room.
And coming off the heels of that blocked field goal, so it's a 10-point swing. And again, Holy Cross getting the ball to start the second half here. And, a couple penalties there at the end. But, again, nothing that they're going to be upset about as a coaching staff, because this team is playing with some swagger and some fire. Joe Pascalis, the architect of Steve's Pizza, running back and forth, does a great job for us. He's setting things up here. He's braving the elements. Cam Jandro, Brenna Wilson, and Mike Marcy braving the elements down at field level. I don't know, maybe Andrew Boucher on our slash cam outside there.
Yeah, well, now it's Eric.
Oh, Eric the Vikings out there as well. So he's very well suited for these conditions.
But Bush was out there in the first half.
So Lehigh will kick it off from the 50-yard line after the penalties.
Check this with the field position there. They'll kick away.
They'll boot it to the back of the end zone, and Holy Cross will take it at the 25. There's a hit in the back, and there's a flag's going to come up. Yep. And that's one of those.
That'll even up.
It was Pucciarone who got him going, and he just got drilled straight in the back. But again, it's when to do it, when not to do it. Okay, you do it at the end of the half. What's the big deal? They're going to get the ball, kick it at the 50. You're going to get it at the 25. But now Lehigh does it at the end of that kick. That should be a dead ball personal foul, 15 yards from the 25. They should have it at the 40-yard line.
After the play, dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct on the kicking
that's
team.
exactly what it
34.
is. And you know what?
That penalty will be added on at the end of the return. The ball will be placed at the 40-yard line, first down. That's number 34's first unsportsmanlike conduct.
You see it right there at the end of the play. Right there at the end of the play. But you see it, just a couple of things there. Pete Hafner gets flagged for the penalty. Holy Cross gets the ball at the 40. If you're kicking off from the 50, you're down 28-0. Why not just pop that ball up and try to back Holy Cross up? They were going to get the ball in fine field position after a touchback. Almost no reason. You have to use something there.
On first down, Holy Cross goes to the ground. And here's Cozier. Cozier gets across the 40 to the 44-yard line. They'll mark it at the 43.
Want to say hi to all the viewers out there watching in HD on Channel 776. Hope they get HD at Breen's, where I'm told there's some people watching there. Hopefully that's not still an SD at Breen's, but hopefully our buddy Jackie's out there watching. I don't know if she was going to brave the elements to watch her husband on the coaching staff for Lehigh.
Here's Wade. Wade slips a couple tackles. Wade stutter steps and gets forward close to the first down. He'll be 3 yards shy of midfield. A great Worcester institution, Breen's Cafe.
I've never been there, Kev, but I see pictures of their steak and cheese subs on certain days. We have to get down there.
Yeah, that's true. We definitely do. So now it's a big third down for Holy Cross. Big play for both teams right here. Opening drive of the second half. Holy Cross going into the wind, too. Field position, stiff arm, and a first down. Dom Cozier just doing it on his own. Stiff arms a tackler to the ground in the backfield, picks up the first down across midfield into Lehigh territory. He is in beast mode right now.
Will someone tell Dom Cozier that he's 5'9", 175? You're not supposed to do that to a linebacker. You're just supposed to run around him. A little bit of physicality there. And again, how do you respond to the lead? Do you respond by playing the way you played with conviction in that first half? So far, that's what Holy Cross is up to.
That's a huge, huge first down run. Here's Cozier again, trying to get to the corner. Cuts it up and has his legs taken out from under him at the 45-yard line. A good open field tackle that time by Donovan Harris.
Yeah, Donovan Harris does a great job on the edge coming up against the run. You know, Harris is going to make that play. Nice job by the linebacker and defensive line for Lehigh just to string that play out. Not a lot for Cozier to work with.
Man coverage on Dorsey on the near side. Here's Alexander. Alexander cuts it upfield and gets to the 40-yard line. So he picks up about 5 yards on the play.
Yeah, pretty good stick there by Wetzel and Wilson on the defensive side. You know, coming up, make the play. Third down, you're going into the elements here. Taking a couple of minutes off the clock, but you obviously want to pick this one up. Keep your offense on the field.
Holy Cross did not punt in the first half.
Which is incredible. I would have guessed the over-under on punts in this game would have been about 20.
Lehigh showing blitz from the outside. Wade sets the protection. Wade pump fakes. Now he's going deep. Has a man. Blaze Bell behind the defense. Bell to the 10. Bell taken down at the 4-yard line. First and goal, Holy Cross. Wade to Bell.
I don't know how you give it up. I mean, you're on an island with Blaze Bell. And into the wind, Jeff Wade is able to just fling this just enough with pressure coming in his grill. And Bell was behind the defense. Had to wait for the ball into that wind, but big first down pickup, first and goal coming.
Alexander in the backfield. Alexander to the end zone, touchdown, Miles Alexander. Third running back of the day for Holy Cross to enter the end zone. 34-0 Crusaders.
I mean, I hate to say it, it's kind of an effort thing right now. There's a lot of effort being expended, and they're either just physically that much better, or there's some guys on the other side that aren't putting in what they're putting in.
You can put the fire out and put the kids to bed. This one is over.
Wow, it's an early call, Kev. There's a lot of football left.
34-0.
You and I have seen some things happen on this field.
And the point after hits the crossbar and goes through. 35-0 Holy Cross.
Well, here's the touchdown. And again, it just look the effort here up front. They just have it blocked up really well. They're just doing a nice job, but Lehigh's just not finding a way to get to the ball carrier on this little edge rush. You know, all they need is 5 yards, and that's all they have to gain. And again, another big block up front. Holy Cross, their offensive line, Max Durrell doing another nice job leading things out.
7-play drive, covered 60 yards, took 3 minutes and 34 seconds off the clock. Miles Alexander with the touchdown run and a 35-0 lead for Holy Cross.
You know, at some point, you just have to say, all right, who's putting the best effort out on the field? And Holy Cross right now outworking the visitors from Bethlehem, Pennsylvania.
Cody Wilkinson was excellent on kickoffs in the first half, particularly going into the wind, kicking into the closed end zone. Wilkinson, line drive, kick straight up the middle, and it's short hopped and fielded at the 11. Beautiful coverage by Holy Cross. And taken down at the 23-yard line.
Yeah, Macklin Quarterbind getting in there for a nice play. You know, Bob Chesney said this week, you know, in all the games, we've played a lot of games, 6 of them haven't gone our way. We never showed any, we never gave up. We never stopped playing. Boston College, they were getting the barn doors blown off of them on the scoreboard. The guys never gave up. They kept the effort. They kept the fight. Now they have the lead, a commanding lead. Do they keep the fight? I expect them to do that.
Here's Brad Mays. Mays going deep, has a man. It's complete and it's a fumble. They're going to say no on the fumble, that it was never a reception. A huge hit from Damian Baker as he salutes the Holy Cross sideline. He's up for the Chuck Cecil hit of the game.
They are fired up on the near sideline, and rightfully so. He does not make a move or a football move, it looks like. So it's a good call as an incomplete pass.
Vorster was bringing some heat too.
Just deliver the shoulder pad right on the ball. Good clean hit from Baker.
Here's Bragalone on the carry, and he gets 2.5 yards going forward. And this is what Holy Cross will like to see. Hey, just run him. Let that clock run a little bit, and particularly this quarter when Lehigh has the wind at their back.
This is, we talked about uncharted waters for Holy Cross having a lead. This is uncharted territory for a Holy Cross Lehigh game. I mean, Lehigh's been so good for so long. Even when their record is below 500, they were 5-1 in the Patriot League.
Yeah, they've won 7 of the last 8 against Holy Cross. Fumble, a strip sack, and it's recovered by Holy Cross. Holy Cross doing it defensively. Jake McCardle, the strip sack, recovered by Teddy Capsis.
And rightfully so. I mean, the way these guys have played all year, you know, numbers some days, other days it's just a fight. McCardle strips it, Capsis recovers it, but that defensive line has been so good as a unit all year long. They get rewarded with a big play and another turnover.
Wow.
This is a disaster.
This is unbelievable.
Disaster for Lehigh.
To nothing. And remember, Lehigh is the 2-time defending Patriot League champs. They won in 16, they won in 2017. Here's Oliver. Oliver trying to turn the corner. And Oliver stacked up after a short gain.
This is a wicked defensive play by Wetzel. He has not given up the fort. There's no question about it. The linebacker for Lehigh blows this thing up with some physicality, and that kind of slowed the momentum of Oliver. Look at him come in and drill the offensive lineman. That's number 3. Wetzel making a big play and then helping out on the tackle.
Holy Cross going into the wind into that closed end zone, 2nd down and 9. Wade from the shotgun. Peter Oliver is back there with him. Wade on the quarterback draw. And not much room to run for Jeff Wade. Good ball security by Wade as he gets maybe a half yard.
Holy Cross, remember, they had the fumble earlier. They had the turnover in the first half, and they weren't able to convert. That was their red zone where they got stopped. And they're in a 3rd and long situation here, trying to get some points off the turnover this time around.
Martin Dorsey at the top of the screen has man coverage out there. They're going to run the ball. Oliver on the sweep. Oliver, good fill from the linebackers of Lehigh as they diagnose that play very quickly. Keith Wetzel.
Yeah, Wetzel and Walker. Wetzel makes the tackle. Walker strings the play out. I mean, Wetzel's a stud. There's no doubt about it. I mean, he is all over the football field. And they're going to bring the kicker on here, Ing, to see if he can drill this one through.
So Ing is going to attempt a 29-yard field goal into a driving wind and rain. 29-yard field goal for the freshman Derek Ing. Remember, he hit the overtime winner against Yale here at Fitton Field. Ing's got the leg, but it's off to the right.
Now, 2 fumble recoveries lead to no points. About the only thing that Coach Chesney can look at and say, well, guys, we didn't get it done that time. But they have been nearly flawless the rest of the way. Here's Ing, another look at it. Certainly had the leg, just left it out to the right.
Sullivan Group is an insurance and risk management services firm based in Worcester for over 60 years.
Our company values, our family values. Committed to our clients and finding them the best solutions.
Committed to being independent.
Committed to our community.
We live here, we work here, we volunteer here.
The Sullivan Insurance Group.
Committed to excellence.
Doors. Every door is different. Every door, unique. And each one tells a story. Open a door at Unibank and you'll find a unique place. A bank where we listen to you and find answers. All to help you write your unique success story. Welcome to the new Unibank. Please, after you. Unibank. Bank different. Bank unique. Member FDIC. Member DIF. Equal housing lender.
Providing our customers with the highest level of quality, service, and value. Poochie's Fine Jewelry, 205 West Boylston Street in West Boylston. Looking for a local lender you can trust? Come to Milford Federal. Our great rates, low closing costs, and personalized customer service have made us your family financial center for over 130 years. Apply online or visit us at one of our branches today.
All right, welcome back, everyone. Kevin Shea, Andy Lacombe, Brenna Wilson, and Phil Robo. High above Fitton Field, in the middle of a nor'easter here. And the Crusaders have been the ones bringing the storm to Lehigh today. 35-0. Holy Cross in front. But the Lehigh defense just held. So now they look to get some momentum and a big stick from the Holy Cross defense.
Yeah, Jack Haddon in on the play there. This is going to be a third down coming up. 3rd and 5. On first down, when we were in break, it was just a quick little 1-yard pickup, but Holy Cross coming in, being physical, making some hits.
You know, and you talked about it. Coach Chesney has talked to this team a lot about it's not enough just to be in the right position. It's not enough just to beat a block and be in your gap. Make a play. Make a play on offense and defense. Good play right there. Joe Lang breaks it up on the quick slant, and the Holy Cross defense has held a 3-and-out.
Central Mass College Football on Charter TV3, presented by the law offices of Joseph J. Cariglia and by Bay State Savings Bank.
That's a good defensive series for Holy Cross.
Yeah, quick 3-and-out.
Your offense got stopped, and the field goal is just wide, so you don't come away with points after a turnover, and you force a 3-and-out. And now Lehigh punts from their own 11. John Roberts was very good in the first half with this. This one's going to get back to Dean Nicola. Dean Nicola fields it, and a great job. He slips down, so he's going to be down at the 15, but he did a nice job to field that punt. It's a 55-yard punt and a negative 5-yard return.
Sullivan Group is an insurance and risk management services firm based in Worcester for over 60 years.
With the tremendous growth of life sciences both globally and locally, we've dedicated our resources to build a strong, knowledgeable, and responsive team to meet the insurance and risk management needs of this dynamic industry.
Our personal lines team will make sure your home, your car, your personal belongings, and most importantly, your family are protected.
The Sullivan Group has the resources, the carriers, and the coverage to protect you and your business.
Doors. Every door is different. Every door, unique. And each one tells a story. Open a door at Unibank and you'll find a unique place. A bank where we listen to you and find answers. All to help you write your unique success story. Welcome to the new Unibank. Please, after you. Unibank. Bank different. Bank unique. Member FDIC. Member DIF. Equal housing lender.
Providing our customers with the highest level of quality, service, and value. Poochie's Fine Jewelry, 205 West Boylston Street in West Boylston. Looking for a local lender you can trust? Come to Milford Federal. Our great rates, low closing costs, and personalized customer service have made us your family financial center for over 130 years. Apply online or visit us at one of our branches today.
Welcome back, everyone. Here's Dom Cozier on first down for Holy Cross. Cozier with some running room and a first down for the Crusaders. Cozier out to the 26-yard line.
Yeah, and he is closing in on 200 yards rushing for the day.
He's got 189 yards rushing right now. And we have 7 minutes to play in the third quarter. What a day Holy Cross is having on the ground. Here's Alexander across the 30. Plenty of room to run, and a flag is down. Alexander across midfield. Fumble. It's a loose football. It's still loose. And Lehigh recovers at their own 20. Again, the flag is down, but Lehigh has recovered the fumble at their own 20. That play started at the 26 of Holy Cross.
It's going to turn into a really long punt for the Crusaders.
Holding. Offense, number 68. Penalties decline. Ruling on the field was a fumble, recovered by the defense. First down.
Fumble at the end of the play turns it over for the Crusaders as Alexander trying to secure it. Again, another long run, and again, another opportunity with Holy Cross running the football where their running back isn't touched for the first 10 to 15 yards. But a turnover there, and the hold would have brought the whole run back anyway. And the hold was in the middle of the field, kind of away from everything, but it's a turnover, and can Lehigh get anything out of it?
And now here's a fumble. And Holy Cross recovers. The Holy Cross defense is absolutely crushing
McCardle's having a day. That's another fumble recovery for the big McCardle. Let's see where this hat gets on the football. Joe Lang sticks his nose in there, and McCardle is a ball-hawking defensive lineman. Wow. I mean, so now that whole fumble sequence turns into about a 30-yard play for Holy Cross. They just took one down off offensively.
This defense is just ambushing Lehigh. Cozier,
That's a
here
hold.
comes the flag. Cozier to the end zone for the touchdown, but this one will probably come back.
And he didn't have to do it. The offensive lineman didn't have to do it. He had him held up. He was okay, and then he just grabbed him and threw him to the turf, spun him. And it's going to take the whole thing back if that's where they go with the call. It's a long discussion, which looked like it was a hold that two different officials called.
There are 2 fouls in the play. Personal foul, hands to the face, defense, number 92. Holding, offense, number 70. Those penalties will offset.
They were the ones that were locked up. And so maybe that's why you get thrown to the turf, because you got the hands to the face. There's the hands to the face. That's the Lehigh penalty. Then the throwdown, as he has him kind of held. Doesn't have to, if he doesn't, I don't think if he throws him down with the jersey, kind of grabbing the jersey, I think that ends up being a touchdown with a penalty against Lehigh. But it happens.
So it'll be Wade with Dom Cozier in the backfield here as they'll replay the down. Cozier with a carry. And Cozier again, just yards after contact. He's hit and he gets 3-4 yards after contact.
Yep, hit at the line of scrimmage or a little behind, picks up 3 there. And again, 5'9", 175. Millis kid, Milford guy, and played at Millis, and Central Mass guy, and playing hard.
A lot of tough kids come out of Milford.
Never met a kid who wasn't tough.
Nope. Holy Cross had a great week in the weight room, and maybe it's showing off here on the field.
Yeah,
They're getting after it.
Bob Chesney said this week, he goes, our Sunday weight room was the best it's been all season. All season. And you know what? That offensive line, they've gotten into the weight room. 2 blocks there. Nice job on the play from Holy Cross up front. Jackson Dennis had 2 blocks. Took out 2 guys on that last carry.
3rd down and 3 for the Crusaders. Here's Cozier, makes a man miss, and is drilled inside the 20. He's going to be close. He's going to be really close. You would think Holy Cross would go for it from where they are here. I know Jeff Wade's saying, let's go. Yeah. Derek Mountain saying, let's go.
It's a good pop there at the end of the play by John Safeman. Why not? You know, we're under 5 minutes now. This quarter is just melting away.
4th down, less than a yard. Cozier, he has the first down. Second effort's got more. Cozier inside the 15, down to the 13. Tom Cozier. Got to be really close to 200. He's got 205 yards rushing.
Yeah. And
what a day.
You know, not just running speed to the outside, running tough up the middle between the tackles there.
Here's Cozier trying to get to the outside, and he's brought down as the flag comes down late. Inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
Wetzel.
Wetzel
with a great defensive play.
There was a wide receiver and a defensive back kind of tangled up in the end zone, too. Let's see if that's what it is.
Holding. Offense, number 84. 10-yard penalty. Replay first down.
The performance today by Cozier, the first 200-yard-plus rusher for the Crusaders since Steve Silva at Bucknell in 2005.
Wow, Steve Silva, one of the greats. One of the Holy Cross greats, is in the Holy Cross Hall of Fame.
Silva was a mutter. I remember him playing in a game like this where we had a lot of rain against Dartmouth here at Fitton Field, and he had a massive game there for the Crusaders.
He was a great player. Wade going to the end zone for Dorsey. Got him! What a catch by Martin Dorsey for 6. Wow! Dorsey just took it away. You cannot cover him man to man.
Kev, I'm a believer. I mean, you talked about this catch radius, what, 4 or 5 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Every time the ball's up in the air, this ball had no business, I think, being caught when I saw it in the air. I'm a believer. Martin Dorsey catches everything.
You can say it now. Game, set, and match. 41-0 with 3:58 to play in the third quarter.
I feel a little more confident with your
You
call
like
now.
this one now?
The way things have gone.
Just throw it up there to Martin Dorsey and let him go get it. Lehigh was down a man, so now they bring out someone from the sideline. 11 guys. Ing for the point after. Jeff Wade with his 3rd touchdown pass of the day. Holy Cross with a 42-0 lead. Martin Dorsey's got 2 touchdowns. Everyone's making plays for the Cross today.
With my Bay State Savings Bank mobile app, I don't need to drive to a local branch to deposit my money. I can deposit a check just by taking a picture on my phone. Anywhere, anytime. Done. I just saved on gas and saved myself some time. It's a win for everybody.
For everybody?
For everybody.
For everybody? For everybody.
For everybody.
I know.
Bay State Savings Bank is proud to sponsor the Friday Night Football Frenzy. Bay State Savings Bank. We take banking personally.
I'm District Attorney Joe Worley, and I'm proud to partner with Charter Communications with our pledge to help raise awareness that bullying should not be tolerated. From local school students, here is our message.
If you see someone getting bullied, stand up for them. You never know what a few words can do.
We need to foster safe environments for students in their schools and their communities. Join the Anti-Bully Crusade. Take a stand to lend a hand. Don't be a bully.
Presented by the law offices of Joseph J. Corriglia.
Right now, Patriot Nissan's offering several new models, the Nissan Kicks and the Nissan Leaf.
Come down and see us right now for our model year-end closeout event. We have to sell these 2018s, and the rebates are incredible.
Patriot Nissan's also going to offer our local employers better discounts than everybody else. If you currently work for UMass, Fallon, Wyman Gordon, St. Gobain's, and several other companies, we're going to offer you an increased discount above and beyond what everyone else sees. Come on and join us here at Patriot Nissan on Route 20 in Auburn.
Welcome back, everyone. The kickoff coming. Wilkinson kicking into the wind. Holy Cross with a 42-0 lead. Jeff Wade 7 of 10 on the day for 3 touchdowns. Half of his completions have gone for 6. Wilkinson to kick it away. Line drive. Ooh, beautiful grab. That was a tough hop. That's like a shortstop right there. And excellent coverage as a flag comes in late. A good tackle by Liam Anderson.
Probably going to be against Lehigh. Here is the touchdown, and Jeff Wade throwing a couple in this direction to Martin Dorsey into the wind. Wow, and he got that last foot. The trailing foot gets in when he makes the catch. Look at that one. Goes up into the fog. And he makes the grab.
That's a great look
Again, good coverage. Might have got 2 feet in. Good coverage and just a good ball. And look at Dorsey gets all a bunch of slop and mud in his face after he makes the touchdown catch. But
phenomenal work by our camera crew, too, to be right on top of that. Well, you got a great stat, Andy, in terms of rushing in the history for Holy Cross.
The Crusaders have something going here they haven't done in a while. More on that in a second.
Here's Bragg alone on first down, bounces it to the outside, gets into the second level of the defense, and is brought down after his 7-yard pickup.
So Kozier's got 208 yards rushing, and Alexander's got 118 yards rushing. The last time 2 players rushed for 100 yards was Joe Chambers and John Aloisi, 1997 against Lehigh.
John Aloisi, of course, is the head coach of the Shrewsbury football team. The Colonials in the Division III playoffs this week as they'll take on Doherty. And the out is complete, just shy of midfield. And that's to Jorge Porterreal.
Porterreal makes a great catch because Stefanik turns around, gets his hands up just at the last minute, but he keeps his eyes on the football. Nice ball from Mays. How about Aloisi getting a shout out because of the record book here tonight?
He's great. John Aloisi was a linebacker here. He was a running back here. He was a 2-year captain. Capsis is playing, but McCardle rather, all over the field. Jake McCardle's been dominant.
So college football on Cheddar TV3 brought to you by the Central Mass Safety Council, Bertera Nissan of Auburn, by Holy Cross Athletics, the Worcester Railers Hockey Club, and by Nichols College. McCardle's been good. 2 fumble recoveries, some quarterback pressures, and that tackle for a loss.
Lehigh with just 1 first down this
he's
quarter,
gonna
and they're
get
going to get a sack.
McCardle, give him a half. Oh, it's going to be Capsis.
I was going to say they better hold him up because otherwise they're going to get 15.
It's going to be Capsis with the sack.
Capsis and McCardle, Malachi Crunch.
I'll tell you, they hand out an award, a homecoming award here for the MVP. And, you know, Kozier looks like an obvious candidate, but McCardle has had a big game. You know, if you like defense, you're going with the big fella.
He's been incredible today. That defensive line has been awesome, the entire defense. Lehigh 2 for 8 on 3rd down conversions. Mays pump fakes, flushed out of the pocket. Vorster got him.
Not to be outdone, Neil Vorster.
Vorster got him with a shoestring tackle. And the defense, once again, doing their job.
Almost like you said, hey, you know, you forgot about me. I blocked a kick. I've had a good game up front, and now Vorster just does trip him up, and Capsis falls on him. We had a guy in high school who used to fall on the pile, pick up some extra tackles, pad his stats. That one goes to Vorster.
Ed Mish is going to punt. And it hits at the 32 and goes out of bounds at the 26-yard line.
College football on Cheddar TV3 brought to you by Unibank, the Sullivan Group, Pucci's Fine Jewelry, Milford Federal, and Harrington Physician Services. Big day for Holy Cross offensively, breaking some old records and doing some things in a nor'easter. With a minute left in the 3rd quarter, their offense is back out on the field.
Here's Oliver on first down, straight up the middle. Peter Oliver pushing a couple defenders backwards.
They ran right into Wetzel and company there and able to get a yard. Want to say this, Kev. Shout out to the Lehigh band. They make the trip. They're out there.
Yeah, you're right.
They're really populating the the visiting section over there. You got to get a shot of them. And they played during halftime.
There they are.
There they are. This is the Lehigh band.
Yeah, they did.
Full credit. They played during halftime. They were a halftime show for themselves. There's no one else in the stands.
Yeah, there was literally two in the entire stadium in the seats, and then the Lehigh band.
Yeah. So full credit to the Lehigh band. You know, great job to be here and then to endure the weather. I don't want to say anything, but the Holy Cross band's not here anymore.
No, they're gone.
Lehigh band, they don't have a choice. They don't live up the street.
That's a good point.
they have to be here, but
that's going to be the final play of the third quarter. Holy Cross in front 42-0. The fourth quarter is coming up when we return.
What's up? I'm Tom, and this is Two Things with Tom. Thing number one, Worcester Railers hockey is family fun. Bring the family and have a blast at the DCU Center in Worcester. Thing number two, Worcester Railers hockey is wicked affordable. Railers tickets start at just $15. Enjoy a great night out with your family or friends. Hockey is back. Hockey is back in Worcester. Give us a call. Go to RailersHC.com and come see us at the rink.
Bison Pride is the feeling that you get when you're with all of your Nichols friends and you're rooting for your team and your school and your community.
Even though we are a smaller school, you feel the big school vibe here.
All right, here's some of the highlights. Wade to Bell. Jeff Wade having a great day in this ground and pound attack for Holy Cross has been just dominant today.
Just dial up some weather, man. The rest of the way, Holy Cross responding to it. Their defense playing well, and you know, Jeff Wade, when the offense hasn't been forced to throw the ball, this is how you kind of draw things up. You run the football, everything's flowing well, and now you're gonna
get Phil Robo here in the middle too after these highlight packages. We might have to angle the camera down a little bit.
There we go. There's Phil.
We'll see after these highlight packages. We got Phil here on the camera up in the booth. We'll see after this play. We're going to do this play, and then maybe we'll see Phil Robo retiring here after 40 years. Here's Jeff Wade. Wade pump fake. Fires in just behind Dorsey.
This is like a selfie. This is a selfie.
This is
I'm
like
holding the camera back.
Okay, there he goes. There's Phil Robo, 40 years. Phil is absolutely the best. We know he'll be here next week, but you know what? I've been with him for 21 years. I'm not going to be here next week, so this is my swan song with Phil. Phil, I love you. It's been so much fun. We've had such a blast together. He's nurtured me. He's nurtured me.
He's a nurturer.
Along. I remember the first game we ever did here was Holy Cross in Georgetown, and they didn't even have these windows here. Jimmy Andrioli, I was a little loud. The Holy Cross radio, the Georgetown radio, they weren't that pleased that I think I was bleeding into their audio. But Phil, man, we've had a blast, and thank you so much for all you've done for us, everyone at Charter, Greater Media, going back through the years. You've been such a great friend, more than anything else, a great friend, and then obviously as a statistician.
This is as close as I've been to you in years, Phil. I appreciate it, man. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys. And they're not going to give you any airtime. They're going to the field. All right, so this is what happened. Holy Cross punted, and you know what? What else can they do? Well, they can cause a special teams, a fumble on the punt, and the Crusaders recover deep in Lehigh territory. And so we're going to see the offense come out now.
I mean, they've done it in all phases. Oh. They've just done it on all phases, and you know, and if you're Lehigh, things are going against you. You know, things just keep going against you. Sometimes it's just buzzard's luck, as an old coach used to tell us.
This has been total domination. Here's Wade rolling to his left. Wade throwing to the end zone. He's got a man. Touchdown, Blaze Bell. No, it's Tenio Ianni. Ianni coming back from an injury. He's got a touchdown reception. Total domination. Flag late, but that's probably going to be on Lehigh for hitting the quarterback.
Tenio Ianni, welcome back. Back of the end zone. There were two guys there. He was the deep man.
Yeah, it's going to be Wade got hit up high after he threw the ball. Wow. Well, Tenio Ieni is a guy that I know this coaching staff loves and said that he had a great week of practice, and they were really, really excited to have him. Phil, we love you, buddy. Phil Robo stepping out. Robo rounding third and heading home.
Now, see, I have to do the whole thing again with him next week.
Yeah, you do. Maybe they'll give him a little more airtime.
I'm gonna be here with him next week.
Oh,
he's gonna have to squeeze it between me and Terry Wallace.
Ng's kick is up and through. As one of my old coaches would say, this is stepping on the throat, Acton. 49-0, Holy Cross.
Holy Cross football is back in Worcester. Don't miss family fun and Division I football right in your backyard. Tickets start at just $15. Visit goholycross.com/tickets or call 1-844-GO-CROSS.
Harrington Physician Services specializes in the understanding, prevention, and management of complex sports injuries and athletic rehabilitation. Whether you need care for a torn rotator cuff or ACL, our board-certified physicians are here to serve you. We offer comprehensive physical therapy and rehabilitation in Charlton, Southbridge, and Webster, and an on-site radiology partnership with Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center. To learn more, go to harringtonhospital.org. Harrington Healthcare System. Compassionate, quality care.
Hi, my name is Tiffany Holland.
I'm Zach Lanning.
I'm Megan McGeary.
My name is Ed Ryan.
And welcome to College of the Holy Cross. So when I was looking at colleges, I had a ton of questions. Like, can I play my violin and study to be a doctor?
This is where I ask, how many ways can I surprise people?
What does it mean to be on a team?
Who am I and where am I headed?
At Holy Cross.
The more I ask,
The more I learn. Holy Cross.
Ask more.
All right, Holy Cross back in the scorebook with another touchdown pass. Jeff Wade, Tenio Ieni. He was running alone back there in the boundary. Wide open. Touchdown, Tenio Ieni. Wanted to get him back, and he's back.
4 touchdown passes for Jeff Wade
but
this afternoon.
This is just, I mean, this is it. I mean, if you can run the football as effectively as they have, you can be efficient, pick your spots, and maybe Jeff Wade's getting just a little bit more comfortable in this offense.
356 yards rushing for Holy Cross. Wilkinson puts it into the net, and he puts his arms up. He put it through the uprights. Wilkinson just came over and put his arms up like it was a good field goal.
That's points in the indoor game.
Wow. Brenna Wilson's been braving the elements on the sideline. Brenna?
Yeah, I wanted to make sure you guys didn't think I left or I was hiding anywhere. But it has definitely intensified down here on the field. It is very windy. It might be snowing, or it might just be really thick rain. You can see in front of you. It's almost gray in front of you. It's like we're in a cloud. And as they're running on the field, you just see water splashing up from their feet.
You know what? Not a single player on that Holy Cross sideline will complain about the elements today. Cold, wet, windy, and these kids are absolutely loving it. They are thriving in it.
I'm going to have to ask our meteorology department about if there's such a thing as thick rain. That's a first. Weather watcher Brenna Wilson from the sideline. That rain was thick.
I think it's an unrelenting.
It is unrelenting.
Rain and wind that just smacks you in the face.
Hey, Brenna, better you than me down there.
Brenda's just getting tattooed down there. The field has held up very well, though. Sean Grady, our producer-director.
Yeah, it does look good.
Pointing that out, and he's correct. Here's Mays to throw, and incomplete, looking for the freshman running back, Allen. And it'll be 3rd down and 11 for Lehigh. Lehigh going into that driving wind and rain for the 4th quarter of play. But this is incredible. This game, right from the start, Holy Cross scored on their first possession of the game, and they have never looked back. 49-0 Crusaders here, opening minutes of the 4th quarter. Mays is on a quarterback draw, and he's brought down.
Benton.
That's sophomore.
Benton Whitley.
Making plays. 238 pounds as a defensive tackle, making plays in there, holding his ground.
He's had a nice game. I mean, really, the whole line has had a
Yeah.
great game. They've moved some guys in and out of there. They've done well. And, you know, if you can get that kind of production out of 4 guys, again, it makes it a lot more difficult for that offense to pass the ball or find room in the linebacking core.
Oh, the snap is fumbled,
Oh.
and the Holy Cross special teams will come up with another big play. And this time it was Christos Argis who came in and made the stop, and it was just a tough snap for the punter to handle. Well, maybe not.
You just feel for Ed Mish,
Yeah.
though. I mean,
it's just cold.
He's
wet.
got nowhere to go back there. And Argis, remember, he had a block kick, or I think he blocked the kick and had a touchdown against Boston College. They've had some success with this team, this group, this special teams group.
Suffice to say that Holy Cross should sweep the Patriot League weekly awards for offense, defense, and special teams. The new quarterback for Holy Cross in the ball game is Connor Degenhart from Westford Academy. His father played football here at Holy Cross, was a tight end. Oliver gets the call on 1st and goal and picks up a yard as player is down for Lehigh. It's Sam McCloskey.
No, he's a leader on that defense. You don't want to lose him. Degenhart almost lost the snap on that last play.
Degenhart with a big arm coming out of high school, playing for the Gray Ghosts of Westford Academy. And we'll take a timeout from Fitton Field and be back with more. 49-0, Holy Cross in front.
Holy Cross football is back in Worcester. Don't miss family fun and Division I football right in your backyard. Tickets start at just $15. Visit goholycross.com/tickets or call 1-844-GO-CROSS.
Doors. Every door is different. Every door, unique. And each one tells a story. Open a door at Unibank and you'll find a unique place. A bank where we listen to you and find answers. All to help you write your unique success story. Welcome to the new Unibank. Please, after you. Unibank. Bank different. Bank unique. Member FDIC. Member DIF. Equal housing lender.
Harrington Physician Services specializes in the understanding, prevention, and management of complex sports injuries and athletic rehabilitation. Whether you need care for a torn rotator cuff or ACL, our board-certified physicians are here to serve you. We offer comprehensive physical therapy and rehabilitation in Charlton, Southbridge, and Webster, and an on-site radiology partnership with Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center. To learn more, go to harringtonhospital.org. Harrington Healthcare System. Compassionate, quality care.
All right, Sam McCloskey walking off the field under his own power, so that's a good sign for this Lehigh team. He's heading to the locker room, but the fact that he's going under his own power is a good sign for Holy Cross. There he is, walking to their locker room.
Yeah, Lehigh needs him. He's a good leader and, good offensive player. A senior, strong safety.
So now you got Connor Degenhart, and this is his shot right now. This is a tryout for him. Yeah, you're up 49-0, but the coaching staff is evaluating him right now. Jeff Wade's a senior. Emmett Clifford's a junior. There's going to be a big quarterback competition next year, starting in the spring. But here's your shot to impress. Here's Peter Oliver, straight ahead. Oliver breaking tackles to the end zone. Touchdown, Peter Oliver. Second touchdown of the game. Second career touchdown for Oliver.
It's a big day. It's a big day. Peter Oliver, that's how he likes to run. If he can just be a north-south guy, square the pads, and just go straight ahead, he's a tough guy to stop. And you get a good hole to run through, and Oliver's going to drag some tacklers into the end zone.
Anthony DeMichael celebrating with Oliver when he comes off the field. Of course, DeMichael, one of the great tough safeties in Holy Cross history, led them to a Patriot League championship, their last Patriot League championship back in 2009. Derek Ings, point after, is up and through. Records continuing to fall here at Fitton Field, 56-0.
Quick little handshake with his dad after that last one, too, as he powers himself in to the end zone. They're having some fun out there, and that line's still doing a really good job up the middle. Degenhardt gets him the ball, and Oliver goes in. Big doings here on Mount St. James. College Football on Charter TV3 is brought to you by the Central Mass Safety Council, by Bertera Nissan of Auburn, Holy Cross Athletics, Worcester Railers Hockey Club, and by Nichols College. There's Peter Oliver, and there's his dad.
Yeah, he's all smiles. Ollie,
Yeah.
Jeff Oliver. Everyone on campus loves Jeff Oliver. He works with every team on campus as the head of strength and conditioning. And he's just such a good guy. He's a positive guy. He's always smiling. He gets the best out of all those athletes up there at Holy Cross. And boy, what a special moment for him to see his son excelling on the field.
They got some good guys in that strength department with Grotzky and Jeff Oliver.
And Grotzky's outstanding. Having him focus on just football, he's football and golf, but can spend the lion's share of his time with the football team, that's huge. And it's something that the program needs because it's what other programs have.
Look at the Holy Cross team. Their entire team in a touchback sprints through the end zone. They're having a blast out there. High school college football on Charter TV3 brought to you by Office of Joseph J. Cariglia and Bay State Savings Bank, our presenting sponsors for college football.
The last time Holy Cross scored 60 or more points in a game was back in 2001. They beat Lafayette. They had 63 points in that game. They have 56 here today. Here's Bragalone, and he is stuffed.
Forster.
That's a loss of 2. You're up 56-0, and those D linemen have not taken their foot off the gas pedal.
Vorster and Mark Ebo, one of the defensive linemen who we haven't mentioned all that much, right there in the middle. Ebo gets them first, and then Vorster, and they just drive them back. It's been a long day for Bragalone. It was a good start for this Lehigh offense. They drove the football on their first possession. Bragalone had a 13-yard carry on that drive. Holy Cross ended up coming up with a 4th down stop deep in their own end. It's been tough sledding since.
Holy Cross, 22 first downs through 3 quarters. A quick slant, skinny post is complete to Bibbins for the first down. Brenna, what do you have for us?
Yeah, you guys were talking about how everyone seems to be really, really happy on the sideline. I can confirm everyone is singing along with the music. And actually, after the kickoffs, Derek Ing, they'll take off his jacket, and he will literally sprint to go pick up the ball holder and come sprint the tee. And he'll come running back over, and they'll throw the jacket back on him. But they time it. They're having a blast down here.
Why not, huh? I mean, and this is a long time in the making. You think of all the time spent in the spring.
Yeah.
And then all the time, all summer long, and the majority of this team stayed up here. I think there was only 5 kids that didn't stay up, and those kids were doing internships in different parts of the country. But everyone's staying up here, working out together, running on your own. Then you go through double sessions in preseason camp, and, it's a long season, and you've only had 1 win to this point, even though it was a great one in overtime against Yale. But to have a dominating performance like this.
And you know what? It kind of goes along with the whole competition aspect and the tempo aspect and the way they practice here at Holy Cross and under Bob Chesney is that they do everything as kind of full speed and as quick as they can. So even Derek Ing running out to get the tee is probably, or the ball holder, whichever you prefer. You go out there and you run and you sprint and you have a good time with it.
Yeah.
And the competition and the tempo is about, yes, getting better, but it's also making sure the guys are enjoying themselves too.
Right.
And having a good time playing football.
Last time Holy Cross had 400 yards rushing as a team was against Central Connecticut in 2013. They had 419. They're closing in on the 400-yard mark right now. Mays to throw on 3rd down, incomplete. And the defense, Riley was closing on that play. It was intended for Bibbins. And now the punting unit will come out for Lehigh with 10:19 to play in the game. Holy Cross in front, 56-0. And again, to give you some perspective here, Lehigh won the Patriot League title last year and the year before. This isn't a team that has been down for 5 or 6 years. This is a team that's the two-time defending Patriot League champs. They've won 12 Patriot League championships in their history. Ball hits and takes a Lehigh bounce and then goes sideways. Lehigh downs it at the 32, and that's where the Holy Cross offense will take over when we return to Fit and Field.
Sullivan Group is an insurance and risk management services firm based in Worcester for over 60 years.
Our company values are family values.
Committed to our clients and finding them the best solutions.
Committed to being independent.
Committed to our community.
We live here, we work here, we volunteer here.
The Sullivan Insurance Group.
Committed to excellence.
Doors. Every door is different. Every door, unique. And each one tells a story. Open a door at Unibank and you'll find a unique place. A bank where we listen to you and find answers. All to help you write your unique success story. Welcome to the new Unibank. Please, after you. Unibank. Bank different. Bank unique. Member FDIC. Member DIF. Equal housing lender.
Providing our customers with the highest level of quality, service, and value. Poochie's Fine Jewelry, 205 West Boylston Street in West Boylston. Looking for a local lender you can trust? Come to Milford Federal. Our great rates, low closing costs, and personalized customer service have made us your family financial center for over 130 years. Apply online or visit us at one of our branches today.
Welcome back, everyone. Connor Dagenhart is your quarterback. Jeff Wade has 4 touchdown passes in this game, and he departs. And now some other guys getting in there. Justin Bruno, he's a freshman running back as he gets the call. 9:50 to play in this game. 56-0, Holy Cross. Total domination every phase of the game over Lehigh.
501 yards of total offense for the Crusaders, holding Lehigh to 194 total yards to this point. And only 48 yards on the ground for the Mountain Hawks.
And this is a good rushing football team. Again, coming in with a running back in Bragg alone who has over 4,000 career rushing yards, most in Lehigh history. Mountain Hawks coming off the edge. And the blitzer able to get Bruno after a short pickup. Holy Cross will use the clock. Work it down now.
That's a whole new offensive line group in there. Neil Nasuti, number 66, a St. John's teammate of Peter Oliver, into the game. Had a great high school career playing for John Andrioli at St. John's.
As one coach said, the best athlete that they've ever coached on the offensive line. Nasuti coming up and stuffed the football over the goalpost. Here's Bruno. And Bruno takes it to the 35-yard line. The punting unit will come on.
Well, I'll tell you what, Bob Chesney, we have these meetings with him on Tuesdays, and they don't last very long. You know, they're kind of quick. They're kind of like, hey, we'll get our questions in, and all right, we're going to keep going. I don't know. Maybe they might last a little long. It might last a little longer this week.
Oh, I would guess it would.
I think it might. He might linger a little longer this week. Not that he doesn't enjoy talking to the press, but because I think he does. But, you know, he's got some things he can talk to us, some more things to talk to us about this week.
First punt of the game for Holy Cross. Wilkinson bangs it. Puerto Real is back deep. It hits. It bounces. Puerto Real picks it up at the 5. Slips the tackle. Puerto Real down at the 5-yard line. Beautiful, beautiful coverage. And it was the instigator, Kevin Bucciaroni. Bucciaroni, rather.
The instigator.
Bucciaroni got him. And he started things off today. He started it, and he's finishing it.
It was actually the second punt. The first one was during our Phil Robo tribute when they recovered the fumble.
That's right.
But still, 2 punts to this point. And again, you know, with the weather conditions, the way things have been going, 2 teams' offenses who have struggled, you'd have thought there'd be a few more punts today. but credit that Holy Cross offense for really coming out and responding. But their special teams group, I mean, this is a complete game being put together.
Well, and the defense, too, for Holy Cross has created so many turnovers that's limited the amount of times that Lehigh would punt.
New quarterback is Tyler Monaco for Lehigh, and Allen the rusher.
He's a junior. Monaco has seen time this season for the Mountain Hawks. Allen, the freshman, has seen a lot of time as well. As this clock runs down, 7:05 to play in the game. 56-0, Holy Cross.
You know, you mentioned Lehigh and the pedigree and the championships. They have been hurt by injuries, especially up front. So, you know, they're kind of building back and trying to like find themselves a little bit more on offense. And they ran into a bit of a buzzsaw in just the way Holy Cross came out today.
There's the Crusaders defense stacking Allen up after a short gain. 6.5 minutes to play in the game right now.
I don't remember a Patriot League game like this one, as one-sided, the score and everything, in some time here at Holy Cross.
No, not this kind of domination. And if this defense can hold and pitch the shutout, boy, what a big feather in their cap that would be. You know, this isn't your typical Lehigh offense, but it's still Lehigh. It's still a league game. Of course, Bob Chesney, his forte is the defensive side of the ball. Was a defensive back at Dickinson College.
Now, I think, you know, the Chesney family is going to be happy with this, but there's the Lehigh band, and you know they've really held up. But Bob Chesney's grandfather, I met him prior to the Colgate game. He's a World War II vet, and he was like the darling of the local media as well. Outstanding guy. We could have talked for a long time, but I had to go back to work. But he is a Lehigh guy, so he's got he wore Lehigh gear, and he went to Lehigh, and very proud of being a Lehigh guy. So much so that he wore Lehigh gear on a Holy Cross sideline at Colgate. So, you know, I think he'll be happy because he roots for his grandson, no question about it. But he roots for Lehigh, I'm sure, as well. College football on Charter TV 3 brought to you by Unibank, by the Sullivan Group, Pucci's Fine Jewelry, Milford Federal, and Harrington Physician Services. Next week, Mascac football, Bridgewater State at Worcester State. Our coverage starts at 7 o'clock.
Here's Dagenhart with Bruno. Dagenhart's going to keep it. A flag goes down. Dagenhart gets forward for 6 yards. See what the flag is on.
Came from the edge, and the wind is still just stiffly blowing in this direction of the open end zone.
Illegal formation. Illegal formation, offense. 5 backs. 5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
William Boyd and his crew have, I think, done a nice job out there in the elements today. It has not been easy, but give the referees some credit. I think they've done pretty well. They've been pretty clean today.
Yeah, they have. Dagenhart hands it off, and Bruno back to the original line of scrimmage. With 4.5 to play. There was talk that Bob's grandfather would come up for the game here. Bob's mom was going to drive him up, but said with the elements it'll be too much. So
yeah,
hopefully he's watching our broadcast, streaming on the internet through the Patriot League website or through Holy Cross's website.
Well, Bob, I mean, this is pregame at Colgate. Said hi to Coach, and Sean Grady and I are up there on the road covering the Crusaders, and he goes, "Hey, go see that guy over there. That's my grandfather. He's a World War II vet. You'll love talking to him." And it was great. I went over there. We talked quickly, and Bob's Coach Chesney's godfather was there with him as well, with Coach's grandfather. It was great.
Here's Bruno run out of bounds.
Anytime you can meet someone from the greatest generation is a thrill. And, you take that opportunity. But, I mean, we talked football, and he asked me how Bobby was doing. I said, I think he's going to be okay. I think he's going to be all right, good. You think so? Okay. Yeah, he was great. It was a real treat,
Mikey Yankovic is his grandfather. Flew 23 missions in the Pacific Theater for the United States Army Air Corps in World War II.
Wow.
Decorated veteran. But you mentioned he's so proud of going to Lehigh, getting the Lehigh garb, and was honored at Lehigh. Well, there's a lot of folks that are proud of his grandson, and a lot of Holy Cross alums that will see this score, and they'll be texting and emailing each other, and they'll be texting and emailing Coach Chesney as well. This is a big one, 56-0 over Lehigh.
Yeah, I think the chat rooms will be a little more positive here this week.
In the chat rooms, you're asking a lot with some of those
the message boards might be a little more friendly this week to the way of listen, there's a lot of football left in the season. There's 3 more games. If all goes the way Holy Cross wants it to go, they'd finish 5-6. If you came in to the season, you wouldn't hope to finish under 500, but realistically, if you're 5-6, you're an improvement from a year ago, and you're moving forward with the mission that this coaching staff wants to do. And I think that's a successful year, especially if you're able to close it out with 4 straight wins.
Yeah, you're right.
Lots of tall order because, you got to beat Georgetown and Lafayette and Fordham.
Yeah, 2 more games on the road of the final.
And they're 3. 2 of them are on the road, and those are all doable because the league is very much open, other than Colgate.
Yeah, and this would be the first year that Bob Chesney, as a head coach, has finished under 500 in his head coaching career at Salve Regina and at Assumption. Never had a losing record. Here's Bruno. Bruno's got a first down and more. Bruno's inside the 5, down to the 4-yard line. But as you mentioned, if you can finish the year winning 4 in a row, that would be a huge accomplishment. Especially you look at this schedule.
Right.
Yale, Harvard, Boston College, UNH. Real tough schedule.
Did you mention Dartmouth?
And Dartmouth.
Because they were legit.
And Dartmouth, who's 6-0 right now.
Yeah, they are legit.
Dartmouth's undefeated. Yale's the defending Ivy League champs. Harvard's Harvard, BC, a phenomenal team. And BC having their best year in years, and Holy Cross is just going to kneel on the football now. Dagenhart, as they get in the victory formation, they'll have to snap it one more time. And then Holy Cross can celebrate an absolutely dominant win over Lehigh, 56-0. We talk about just little things, and you look at Chris Grotzky on the sideline and his smile and just the emotion and the energy that Chris Grotzky brings to this team.
Yeah, see him on Twitter.
He's awesome.
See him on Twitter. Grotzky, he's like a WWE guy out there, firing you up. If you're having a bad Monday or Tuesday, tune him in.
All right, Holy Cross is going to shake hands and get ready to sing their alma mater with a lot of smiles. Holy Cross beating Lehigh 56-0. We'll take a timeout and be back to wrap it all up from Fitton Field right after this.
With my Bay State Savings Bank mobile app, I don't need to drive to a local branch to deposit my money. I can deposit a check just by taking a picture on my phone. Anywhere, anytime. Done. I just saved on gas and saved myself some time. It's a win for everybody.
For everybody?
For everybody.
For everybody? For everybody.
For everybody.
I know.
Bay State Savings Bank is proud to sponsor the Friday Night Football Frenzy. Bay State Savings Bank. We take banking personally.
Accidents involving distracted driving injured over 400,000 Americans last year. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car or motorcycle accident, before you call your insurance company, call the law offices of Joseph J. Corriglia. Our attorneys have helped tens of thousands of clients receive millions of dollars in settlements for over 50 years. Don't stand alone against the big insurance companies. Call the law offices of Joseph J. Corriglia for a free consultation. We don't get paid unless you do.
Right now, Patriot Nissan's offering several new models, the Nissan Kicks and the Nissan Leaf.
Come down and see us right now for our model year-end closeout event. We have to sell these 2018s, and the rebates are incredible.
Patriot Nissan's also going to offer our local employers better discounts than everybody else. If you currently work for UMass, Fallon, Wyman Gordon, St. Gobain's, and several other companies, we're going to offer you an increased discount above and beyond what everyone else sees. Come on and join us here at Patriot Nissan on Route 20 in Auburn.
Weather is great.
Great, isn't it beautiful?
56-0, Holy Cross victorious. They're celebrating down on the field. Brenna Wilson's with the victorious head coach, Bob Chesney. Brenna?
Coach, earlier this week you were stressing the importance of confidence, urgency, and consistency.
That's right.
Your team was able to do all three, I think, today. What were you seeing out on the field?
I see them, playing some opportunistic football. When there were opportunities for us to fall on the ball, we did today, which we have not done all year. I think there was other, a couple of TFLs. We were able to get to the quarterback a little bit, and I think that again, when the ball popped our way, we actually fell on it this time, which is great to see for our guys. They played confidently. They played with that urgency that we hoped, and they played tough. They played really tough up front.
You always try to prepare your team for all conditions. How do you think you guys were able to prepare them for this?
Well, you can't prepare for this unless you're in this. We did our best. I mean, we had water bottles all over every ball. We had the quarterback's hands freezing cold and wet, and all the running backs, same thing. We did our best to do that, but you can't really get that until you get out here.
And in your running game, all three of them were huge for you. What were you seeing from them?
I think just that, it was really the offensive line opened up some holes. These guys seeing it and then getting downhill and hitting it pretty quick. And then I thought we were able to loosen up a little bit too with Martin. Martin Dorsey doing a great job too. So I thought overall, a really good day. Happy for the win. I won't have to listen to my grandfather who went to Lehigh, tell me, that he was happy. He would be happy to see it the other way. But good one for us today.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Coach.
Thank you. We'll see.
All right, well, Kev, touchdowns aplenty today for Holy Cross, and it started with Derek Mountain from Jeff Wade.
Incredible. 400 yards rushing for Holy Cross. Peter Oliver gets his first career rushing touchdown as a member of Holy Cross. He had 2 rushing touchdowns on the day, and what a day of dominance for Holy Cross. And this team, offense, defense, special teams, they could do no wrong. They were absolutely outstanding. Martin Dorsey, a human highlight film with that catch. Miles Alexander, everyone getting involved in it.
Yeah, Alexander over 100 yards. Cozier, the MVP of today's game. He's celebrating out there on the field, but Dorsey a couple of touchdowns. And, all the way through, Jeff Wade I thought was outstanding, but I think his running backs and his line really set them up for success. And Peter Oliver with a couple of touchdowns, as you mentioned, his first and second as a career for Holy Cross. Just a big game all the way through, and again, played with conviction like Coach wanted to, made the plays and took that extra step making those big plays, those turnovers, and then coming through on the offensive side, making big plays, especially on 3rd down and converting on 4th downs.
Yeah, confidence and belief are so big to a football team, and that's what Holy Cross is going to have going forward here. 3 games left in the regular season, all against Patriot League teams. As you mentioned, all winnable games because the league is so wide open. Parity is the word right now with this league. But this is a team that's going to head into next week and the week after with swagger, with that self-confidence of, we know we can defeat teams. We know schematically we can beat them. We know physically we can beat them. We just have to come out and execute what we work on during the week.
Yeah, defensive line was great today. They have been throughout the year, but 4 guys up front and different guys in different positions, but Forster, Capsis, and McCardle, those seniors, those leaders up front, they were awesome today, and they were tough against a guy in Bragalone who's had a lot of good years against Holy Cross. They've done a great job. That defense pitches a shutout. It's a big deal going forward and big momentum. And now it's, again, it's for Bob Chesney. It's like, all right, great, we won. Let's get better next week. And so the challenge will be laid out immediately tomorrow in the weight room and film session.
And when the kids get together, the players get together with the coaches, though, this may be one of those films where maybe they hand out popcorn when they're watching the film and kind of celebrate, get your favorite snack or treat, because this is going to be a fun film for them to watch as they get ready to turn the page and focus on next week and the final 3 weeks of the regular season.
Yeah, big win, and still some time to continue that progress and momentum for the end of this year. Lot of football left still to play, and you know what? Again, throughout the year, when you see Cozier and and guys, and they put up 400-plus yards. They haven't done that since the Fordham game last year. They almost got that Central Connecticut stat, 2 guys over 100 yards. Offensive line was outstanding today. I mean, a complete team win. You had turnovers forced by the special teams all the way through. Big things happening today.
Brenna Wilson's with Dom Cozier down on the field. Brenna?
Dom, big game today for you. What were you seeing out on the field?
I mean, it was great. I mean, we had all week we've been practicing for this. We knew it was going to be this type of weather. And our coaches put in a great spot, and our linemen were blocking all day. And they just gave me the easy part as one-on-one with the linebackers. So as all we expected, the linemen did great. Coaches called a great game, and that's what the score showed us today.
And then how important is it, to come out here and get this kind of a win for the team?
Yeah, it was really big for us. I mean, the last game we had was a heartbreaker. So to come out here and win by 56, that's what we needed, the confidence to go out next 2 games. So especially a Patriot League game. And every year I've been here, Lehigh's got our number. It's been pretty bad for the last 2 years. So this is good to come back and beat by 50. So, yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
All right, our thanks to Dom Cozier and Brenna Wilson. Boy, this is one that they're going to savor for a while. Holy Cross defeating Lehigh today, 56-0 for our producer-director, Sean Grady, Phil Robar, statistician, Brenna Wilson, Andy Lacombe, and our entire Charter TV3 crew. I'm Kevin Shea. Thanks for watching, everyone. We will see you again next week from Worcester State University. But for now, the nor'easter was blowing and the storm came.
Let it rain, baby.
Holy Cross team, offense, defense, special teams, a thorough trouncing. The Crusaders victorious here today.